Donald Trump.
No.
Wow.
No.
Wow. That is
That's
a
true. We're divorced.
hell way to start the
divorced.
campaign.
Oh wait, was that?
Welcome to the show.
Did we start?
That made it. That made it.
It's muted, luckily.
Is it really?
Yeah, so please.
Oh.
No. Press the fucking button. Then we're good. We're good.
No,
All right.
Could you hear it?
Now we can.
You got audio? Did you get him?
No.
You got him?
No.
Hold on, no.
I got him.
She's saying positive audio.
That's impossible.
What's the problem?
How? Shut up.
Can you hear us still? That's the important thing.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Great.
Holy shit. It made it, dude. Congratulations.
Oh.
Welcome to the Witness Guild. Never know what's gonna come out of our mouths.
JK, by the way.
Tonight's episode-
Heavy, just kidding.
Tonight's episode 8.
I would never.
We have everybody at the table again. Everybody's healthy, happy, rocking, rolling, ready to go. Anybody have any by the ways before we get started? Bitches got your moans?
Bye.
No?
Negative.
Perfect. Are you guys gonna set up? I know busy life and stuff in life, but are you guys gonna start like a regular scheduled time for gaming
We
and
haven't
stuff
even
like
done
that?
that once.
Oh, are you gonna set up a regular scheduled time
No.
for? Okay.
I don't have scheduled time to schedule time, you know?
There's a bone underneath the table. I don't know if you'd be so kind.
Yeah, take
Um.
it. Is Luna chewing on it?
Who is it?
Okay, so yeah, so we're back. Welcome. Yeah, all that stuff. Grab a frosty cold one and empty those bladders as we attempt to pick the lock on tonight's master-crafted episode of the Witness Guild.
Dumb.
Oh my.
Wow, that was
I'm
dad joke.
supreme.
Dad
at
joke.
this.
You guys freaked out over my joke.
Hey, wait. All right, I'm gonna start one more. What's blue and smells like red paint?
Yeah, you're right.
Blue paint.
Nice.
All right, so we have the stream. Thank you. Good night.
And we just lost all
I
of our
quit.
following.
And they all died.
Okay, so last week's episode, you guys had met up with Lucas in Quindeth. He had charged you with going to a small town of Hagen nearby, not a far journey. He went to bed immediately after having traveled a long time. You guys set out on your own. You had gone through some trials and tribulations of finding, yourselves drawn into this babbling brook that you could never seem to get close enough to. This rock that seemed to expose some of your most deep-seated fears. These strange creatures that had pursued you to a certain point, and finally ended up at a small cottage where a humble and homely Earth Genocide had brought you into his abode.
Humbled and homely, are we sticking with that?
He brought you downstairs, and when you guys had tried to leave after rolling a pretty exceptional perception check and also using magic, realized that there was a bunch of magic around the doors of this hostel.
I called it. Like the scary movie.
You guys tried to go upstairs, and you felt like you were progressing, and the sensation of going up was definitely there. But when you spoke out about how creepy and weird the guy had been, you heard a chuckling, sinister laughter from behind you and realized that the stairs had been moving underneath you, but you hadn't gone anywhere. And that's where we'll pick up tonight. I need you guys to go ahead and roll me some initiative.
Can we call it something cool?
What?
Throw me an innie. An outie. I don't know. Initiative. I'll think of something.
I agree with something cool, but that wasn't
Okay.
cool.
All right, throw me your innies.
Think of a belly button.
Yeah.
I
Belly
hate
buttons, guys. Belly buttons.
Remember that show with the guy who didn't have a belly button?
No?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, Kyle XY.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. Well, I don't know why I
Is he
know
a
that.
clone?
I didn't watch it.
Because
Yeah.
That's
clones are supposed
really
to not
weird.
have
I didn't watch it, but That's
Why do
they're called.
clones not have them?
You ever watch
How do you feed
Mad TV?
They didn't get
a
it.
cloned fetus?
They
Fetus.
They were going to the tube. They weren't like in a mother, so they.
Yeah, but how do
need-
you feed a fetus?
Real world clones
Okay.
would have an umbilical
Just
cord,
wanted to
but
check.
like the science fiction.
Oh,
yeah,
that's like the distinguishing factor in science fiction is.
Well, because real clones now are actually inseminated into
Yeah.
mother hosts,
Yeah.
but like the sci-fi clones are like created in a lab and grown from a.
Oh
petri
yeah.
dish.
They're
You know,
like they're
okay.
always in
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Luke Skywalker too.
Yeah.
Right.
Always. Yeah. Okay, got it.
Hey, Luke Skywalker too?
Yeah. That's like the
Alright, alright,
anyways.
alright.
What'd you
We
get?
could have built a
8.
freaking room while we were waiting.
I also
could've.
rolled an 8.
Oh, look at us twins.
So I'm the first date.
Yeah.
since my initiative's
You're the
3.
first date. He's not here.
17.
17,
Actually, 18.
18,
17.
17, 17. I think your dex is higher, isn't it?
What?
No, your dex is higher. Sorry, your dex is much higher.
Yeah, mine's
So
plus
you'll
2.
go first.
Oh. Okay.
So it'll start with Fan. What do you want to do?
Snap.
You see it standing behind you. This
Yeah,
very
where's he at?
strange,
Show me.
earthy creature. That glistening 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
Pretty menacing in this situation.
Oh, wow.
Do we
So
have
we
good
turn
feet on
around.
it?
Don't forget he doesn't have a left arm.
And he looks
Yes.
creepy.
He doesn't have a left arm.
For now.
Cool. Well, I am going to turn
Oh, he
around,
looked at me.
and with my staff, I'm gonna take like a step forward.
Okay, it's gonna cost you 5 feet to do that because Guanaco
Yeah.
was assumably on the stairs
Yeah,
with you.
yeah, no problem. I ain't moving
so-
any closer. I'm gonna take my staff. I'm gonna just frickin' aim it right at his face, and I'm a whole person.
Oh, okay.
Ha ha ha!
Go. What is it? Save on my part. Wisdom save.
Yeah.
Hey, like them apples.
Natural 20.
Oh,
So
you
I like him pretty
sack
much
of-
a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And as soon as I'm just like, just go, just.
Don't offer him apples.
Oh,
No,
Lordy.
I'll try something
He
different.
likes them.
And then I'm gonna just.
I'm
Sorry
close.
about that. I'll back up a little bit.
It's got cum in it. I'm
To
pretty
the
sure he
door.
loved it.
And there's a squat in there.
Cum and
you know
squat.
what I mean? Quat.
And that's
That's a
gonna
sexy word.
end my.
Damn it, I don't have that one.
That's gonna end my turn.
Okay. Perfect. So you go to cast this spell, and as you cast it, you releasing the magical energy. You watch that same kind of swarm of small insects, whatever's in the room around you, kind of go to reach up and start bonding to his feet in a very familiar way. You just watch him kind of shift, and the earth around his feet seems to bond to his ankle for a second. And it's no longer that he looks like he's a singular individual standing on the earth. It looks like he's protruding from the earth at this point.
Yeah, cool.
Next is gonna be Guanaco.
Okay. How far away are we from him?
Yeah, you're like 15
About this
feet.
far, yeah, 15
Yeah.
We
feet.
can't back up any
You
further.
No.
cannot
you're
back
against
up,
a
but you
wall.
can strafe and move and all. I mean, the
Are the
room is
stairs
yours.
still moving?
They're not moving. It just seems like when you're at the top at this point of the stairs, but not like the top of the stairs. You're just at the top of where everybody's at.
So they're not like.
They're not
elevator
continuously
down.
pushing you down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, get the hell out of me.
Was it Willow?
She's goosing people.
She got all up in there, and I was like, oh!
Yeah.
Goose me too, don't worry.
Yeah. Okay.
Not ready. Oh, God.
Okay. I have a lot to do. I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on him.
Okay.
Do we have the rings? Yeah, we do.
Hunter's mark.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not doing this very well. Okay. Whatever.
Good. Yeah.
No,
It's
that's
fine. I'm
good,
being
good.
lazy.
That's good. No.
Okay.
Let the one with the long arms
Um,
sit there.
Yeah.
Right?
That was a perfect.
Lanky volleyball boy over there, just like
Perfect.
sitting back.
Just watching.
He's a
watching
T-Rex
her
when he wants to
suffer.
be. You ever seen him walk around in high school? Literally walk around T-Rex.
Hey guys. What's
Yeah,
up?
literally.
Hi, my name's Chris.
Yeah.
I like to talk in my swear.
And he would bob.
Occasionally, he would. Bird calls.
You still walk like that?
You did it already.
Anyways.
You didn't go down the aisle.
What do you? So you cast.
Anyways. Okay. So on my first move, I can do Dread Ambusher.
Go for it.
I'm not going to use the movement, the additional movement gives me, but I'm going to use an extra attack, so it's going to be 3 attacks,
Okay.
and then I have a bunch of extra damage if I happen to hit.
Go for it.
That doesn't sound very promising. Okay. So I'm going to try and shoot him 3 times with my longbow.
Oh, we didn't rest, did we?
Oh.
the first one?
13 misses.
Did we rest?
16 to hit on the second one?
16 hits.
Okay. So there's one. Ooh. 26 to hit on the third. Okay.
Yeah, definitely hits.
So let me figure out.
Does 42 hit?
Shut up. So let me figure out the math. Okay, so.
You guys watch as Guanapo takes this side step from where Fan is at, draws out 3 arrows. 1, 2, 3. The first one, as it's flying straight at him, you watch he draws up this wall of earth that comes out of the ground. The arrow embeds itself. It's thin. And the other 2 arrows manage to sneak by and impact him in where there would be a left arm. It's now just this shouldery nub. And you watch as they hit you specifically. Watch as when they impact, you watch these puffs of just granite shards just popping out of them.
$29 damage.
29 damage. Very nice.
Oh,
Very nice. Got it. Okay. Next is going to be Nabuntosh, who I corrected your name on the. Yeah, so it's Neb. Naboon. Help me out here.
Yeah.
Untach. Got it. No? Is that not right?
ASH.
What did I say?
CH.
I'll fix it next
I'm
week.
trying to tell you guys for forever.
Jumbled letters.
The whole point when I named him was that you could call me Nebu, like for short.
Got
Make
it.
it simple.
Nabu.
Not Nabu.
Naboo.
No.
Boonie.
not
You sound like an old man who's like
I'm
Pokemon.
called Boonie.
Pokemon?
You
Powerpuff
don't
Girls?
play the.
What are the powderly puff girls?
Pikachu?
What is a Pikachu?
Pikachu, right?
I'm just fucking with you. I spelled it right.
I figured you were. Okay. I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast. I'm gonna try and move where I need to move.
Where
just to
you're
get in.
at,
Can I see him?
you cannot see him. You'll have to move past your
I'm gonna
compatriots.
scoot in
Okay. So
I'm
what's
gonna
your
move
total movement right
to the
now?
left. 30.
30. So it's going to cost you 10 to get past each of them. So that's 20. So you can get between Odette and Fan. And from that perspective, the shots are going to be at disadvantage because you're trying to shoot past Fan, who's a giant man, taking up a small staircase, or you can use the last. You don't have enough movement to do it really.
So
Because
I'm
there's a
moving at
space
half
in
speed?
between. You're moving at half speed. It's difficult terrain to try and navigate between a horse
So
person
I can
and
move
the walls.
3 squares.
You can move
Am I
3
at the
squares.
top of the stairs?
Yes. You're at the top.
Oh,
Fans at the
okay.
bottom.
Okay, so
Fans
these
at the
wind
bottom.
back up.
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
Yes.
Um,
Can you cast from up top of the stairs? Do you want to move?
I would have to move. I don't have.
There's a space in between Odette and Fan, but the shots are going to be at disadvantage.
Okay, I'll move there and I'll try and take those shots anyways.
You can peek and
Jesus. Oh god, there's no good way to do this. I'm going to break something.
I can move stuff if you need.
Actually, no, I'm not
You're
gonna
gonna
shoot.
shoot.
Move me. But I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery.
Okay. Perfect.
Hold on 1 second.
Jesus, don't shoot him in the back first.
1 second.
Oh god.
That is a wisdom saving throw.
I'm gonna reach my hand out and I'm gonna scream at him. People clap when they see you. They clap their hands over their eyes.
Ah!
Oh my god.
You all take 1d4 psychic damage.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, 10 was his roll.
It's 15 was the
Okay.
save.
So that's full damage, yeah?
2d4s. And he's at disadvantage on his next attack.
Got it.
5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Yep, got it.
And that'll end my turn.
Calculator?
Dope. Nope. Yep, it was really rough. That was really rough.
Our hand, I can. lend you a hand.
Odette.
Oh shit, you're not fucking here.
Not yet.
Wait,
You could have handled it. No, I was talking to Konak.
Oh, so I where am I?
No, he could have ended this in like 5 seconds.
He doesn't. We had to math it out. He doesn't actually get 4 full attacks.
Oh my god.
Wow, Debbie.
Sorry.
I mean,
I
Odette.
can't read.
You big.
We need those poker
SOB.
chipsticks.
Yeah.
Seriously,
So-
I
The
offered
fact
to buy
that you
one like a
didn't-
month ago.
The fact that you didn't
You
is really.
specifically told me not to.
So I'm
You
gonna
specifically
go
said
behind
we
I'm
it.
gotta
hoping,
figure
I'm
it out.
hoping that soon we can have a new table set up and it will be completely obsolete.
I'm gonna go behind
So
it.
to get past, so you're a horse person on stairs trying to turn around and
Well,
move
why
past
didn't you just let
Nabuntosh
me
and
do that?
Fan
Why did you watch her?
because you
Do
can
all
make
that
it
work.
past Fan
Okay.
barely,
Okay.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
only just barely. So you could get immediately to his right or right in front of him.
Oh, that's fine. I'll go to his right.
Okay,
Then.
Chris,
Long
can
arms?
you long arms? Thanks.
His right. So.
No.
I got you.
Fan's right.
Oh, Fan's right.
Mhm. You
Oh
do-
no, I want to go right in front of him then.
Okay, there you go.
Right
Be a
there.
meat shield. No, she can't make it all the way. She's right in front of you. There you go.
So am I 5
Done.
feet away from him yet?
No.
10.
All right, then I'm going to hold my attack just in case I get attacked.
Great.
All right, that's all.
Yeah, that was the point.
I am going to do fairy fire
Okay. Fairy fire.
Fairy
That
fire
sounds cute.
with a violet light. Anyone in a 20-foot radius,
Uh-oh.
unfortunately, will have to do a dexterity saving throw.
Is this smart?
Can you put that 20-foot radius behind him so it doesn't?
Hey,
Yeah, I'm
let's
gonna
not
do
get
that.
so meta here.
No, but that's true though.
It is true.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, so it's going to. You do not have a line of sight on it. You need a line of sight.
How can I? Okay, then
You
move me.
gotta squish your
Move me
way
What's
down
your-
the stairs.
what's your movement?
stairs.
My movement.
What's your speed?
30.
You could probably break out just on the other side of Nabun, Tosh, and Fan.
Cool. That's all I need.
Okay. Go ahead. Is it a save on my part?
Yes.
Thank you.
Do I need to save too?
No, because I'm doing it just on the outside.
Wisdom?
No, that would be dexterity, good sir.
14.
You. It's 14.
Yeah.
I am going to go ahead and do. I'm going to inspire my lovely Odette. She's
I'm
full of
already
creativity. You're already inspired. Get out of my crotch.
Is that how you inspire her?
That is the
Don't
weirdest
yell at Bandit.
inspiration
Yeah.
ever.
Is it Bandit? Who is it? I go, oh, you're fine then. You get all in there if you want. I'm going to.
Not a shared political opinion by anybody at this table.
Then
views- the
I will
views-
inspire Quantico.
Oh, what does that do?
The views and opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily views and opinions of the entire
your ability
populace. I
check,
can't remember
or
what
you
it
can add it to your ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
How long does that last for?
As long as you have 10 minutes. Sorry.
Oh, that's a long time.
I'm done.
Great. As you all start rushing back in, you watch as he kind of takes a step back. There's this moment of concern as you start to feel the whole room start to rumble with this like deep dust starts to shake down from the ceiling. As the earth all around you starts to explode up. Oh god! Skinny thoughts. He's gonna run back about 20 feet as walls start appearing
They don't
Who would
seem
get
up to
fucked by an
code.
earthbender?
They're
This reminds me-
definitely
This reminds me of an episode of Dexter.
not up to code.
Which episode? Where that guy makes that.
The bull.
Yeah, he looks like a bull.
The what?
Yeah.
So what was chasing the dude who like literally creates a maze inside of the house?
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Spooky.
Yeah,
That one
that
creeps
one
me
creeps me
out.
out.
I'm like,
Okay, great. And that is going to be his whole entire action. Top of the. Oh, I broke that. I'm sorry. One of these.
Oh, I don't care. I broke
Cool.
it.
Those are
They break very
ridiculously
easily.
easy to break. Yeah.
Cool.
Mike, you owe us $20.
Fuck.
Sorry.
I'm actually broke right now.
COVID for you.
Great. That's going to be the end of his turn. Top of the round. Fan, what do you want to do?
Fan already?
Mhm.
Oh, man.
You had all three
Oh, what up,
dogs
puppies?
come up to you.
I
Luna's
wonder
face
who
just popped
feeds
up.
them the most in the house.
Not this guy.
Every time I have ice cream, I'm like, oh, I wonder why you like this so much.
Yeah.
Or want this so much.
Bandit loves ice cream.
Danny gets a lot, whatever he
Van is gonna move his fat ass through this little thing. I'm assuming that's gonna take 10 feet to go 5. And then I got another
No, it wasn't, because you're occupying a space that was immediately to your right, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
clean shot or no?
yeah, it's fine.
Okay,
It's
5, 10,
fine.
15.
Hello.
This is not. I'm kind of assuming where he's at, but not knowing and wanting to stay near my friend. Fuck you. We'll go this way actually. And I'm gonna start going that way. And when I get to that corner, I'm just gonna take my staff. And I'm going to kind of pick up some of the dirt that's falling all over the freaking place and kind of rub my staff with it, stick it in the ground, and just say a nice little prayer to one of my gods that I can't fucking
Quantico, you're
remember.
next. You're next.
Yeah, Sylvanus. And I'm going to have my 2 bears appear in front of me.
Ooh, the birds.
And I would like to
Navigate those. Bear stuff, bear stuff, bear stuff.
start
bear
using
stuff,
them
bears.
as my navigational tools through this fucking place.
Just keep it between the navigational beacons.
I'll stick one right there, and then another
No country music fans here? No?
Yeah.
No.
You're looking at the wrong person.
Gotta love country. Got it. Is that the extent of your turn?
And that will end my turn, sir.
Fabulous. Wonderful.
Is there a way to like see him?
I mean, this is Battlefield as it stands.
Yeah, you-
Could I see him there?
In between those two?
Yeah.
Like, line of sight not going through. You would have to go through the 2 spaces there. The 2. Yeah, I really do need a pointer. You would have to transverse this area right here.
Okay, I don't have enough movement for that. So, can I go this way?
Which way?
No. No. It's almost like you set this up purposefully. I'll put him
Hey, man.
right here for now. I'm not going to use my full movement because I'm being a little cautious since I can't get there all the way.
Okay.
And let me see if there's anything else.
Oh, we're on a hunt right now. We want Poe. About to kill an old man who's about to fuck me.
I'm going to try something.
Oh, weird.
I'm just saying.
One behind this. He can't see me from here, can he?
He cannot see you.
I'm gonna disguise self, and I'm gonna make myself look like him, so I surprise him when I go around the corner.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Sure, yeah.
We'll see what happens. I don't know.
See.
Throw him off. I can drop it at any time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe, right? It doesn't take an action to drop.
It does.
Does my
It does take an action to drop? It takes an action to put up and an action to drop? I don't think it takes an action to drop.
Hold on, let me double check.
Yeah, different until your spell ends or until you take an action to dismiss it.
There you
Never
go.
mind. I don't want to do it then. I'm just gonna hang out. I don't want you guys to actually accidentally
Yeah,
hit me.
no, it's like Mike's gears are turning. How can I turn
Oh,
this?
yeah, no,
That's
that
why
was
I like,
legitimately, that was on my head.
That's why I was gonna drop it immediately after.
Anyone that loses sight of you immediately would not be able to distinguish.
That's why I was gonna drop it right after I
Yeah.
surprised him, but
Yeah.
it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, there's like no.
Whoa, and then weirdly.
We're in a pub.
I get
Would
really
you
nervous.
stop?
I get nervous. I paid the pamphlet when I get
Alright,
nervous.
next is gonna be Naboontosh.
I'm going to try and sneak back. Somebody taller or closer than me can help me, please.
I can't help you with that.
It's a
I
struggle for
want it.
everyone.
Where are you going?
Do we
Behind
have
the wall.
Do we have
Right here?
volume to
You
move?
feel more a little
Yeah.
light right
Do
there.
we?
Yeah, right in the corner.
You can map placement.
Yeah.
I'll pick up the map or the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like the right spot for
Mm-hmm.
No one.
Mm-hmm. 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 Thanks, executive producer Ron Whitley. Perfect. Okay. You know, you guys may be onto something. Like, I'm out of my first one already, and I
Are
feel
you
like I just
serious?
opened it.
My
There's a little bit
gosh.
left.
Oh, it's so good when it's cold and it's
Try taking in equal amounts of air, maybe more.
You're my boy, Blue.
I'm known to eat food fast. Naboontosh, what are we doing?
Is he gonna take a turn?
Hmm?
Oh, I guess he
He
did.
did, he pulled up the walls.
I'm
Did
just.
you roll that at disadvantage?
Sorry,
I'm going to sit
It's
here.
not an attack.
it's not an attack.
Yeah, it wasn't an attack. I was ready to call on that,
Thanks
but
for putting pins and things for us.
that was a good idea. I'm going to just set up in a defensive stance and just keep my eyes
Take
open.
the dodge action for him.
Take the dodge action.
Got it. Next is going to be Odette.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
I'm going to stab
Insane
him
movement.
with my short sword.
Well, I mean, she's so quick on it.
All
I
four.
imagine she just goes.
She is, yeah.
The
Deer.
sound of
Horse.
cacophonous coconuts.
I've not done this yet.
Do you like that? Rumbles through this chamber. The ceiling's about the ceiling's about 20 to 25 feet tall in some areas. You guys know that you've gone down about 3 full flights of stairs, roughly, even though it's spiral, whatever. You'd walk down for a long time, and seeing that you're in this underground chamber, it makes sense. The ceiling of it seems a little bit more naturally formed, and like this space was occupied, or in some areas the walls are hewn, in some areas, you know, it's pretty rough. It looks like this space was taken advantage of, like it was stumbled upon, taken advantage of to create this.
So I'm gonna stab with my short sword.
Okay.
Stabby stab.
Oh gosh, 11.
11 misses.
Okay. Second attack. 22.
22 hits.
Okay.
Are you inspired at all?
Does a
right now?
53 hit?
She is.
You need to add plus 8 to your attack.
I love it.
You can. You
I
want to.
love it.
Okay.
You could have added to that 11.
Yeah,
I'll let
first
you.
one. Yeah.
I'll let you.
So,
Inspiration's not something you're particularly familiar with because somebody doesn't
So
throw
roll
it
a
out
D8.
all that much. Roll a d8, add it to
First
11.
off, I use words of affirmation for my inspiration.
Same.
let's roll
Just because I don't
D8.
play
a
music.
D8.
You only play music when you're nervous.
Yeah, only when you're really nervous in battle.
So
Piano, and I
6
keep
plus
forgetting.
6. So yeah, that's like what, 20.
You can add a D8 to each roll, so you're 11.
No, it's just one.
No, just one.
For
That's
inspiration, it's just one.
Oh, just
With
one.
Your
bless,
roll was 11.
with bless, it's a d4 to everything.
Okay.
Which I don't
Yeah,
have.
6 plus 6
I want you to know.
plus 6 actually.
Plus 6.
So 18. So you hit
know it.
Yeah.
Dude.
on both.
I know how to
so
play my
I hit on
characters.
both.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
caught it, but 16 hits.
16 hits, I
Good job.
got it.
2 plus 3, 5 damage. That was another 5 points of damage. And then I can continue to do it, right, for 10 minutes?
What?
Be inspired? Or
Our
just that
names
one
No,
time?
it's just it's a
Okay.
one and done.
Just one.
Oh, it's good enough.
Okay.
Oh, how was 10 minutes?
22 again.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, I feel like
We were
24
talking
minutes.
about corn.
Inspiration lasts for 10 minutes. You can
Or
stay
maze.
inspired for 10 minutes, right?
For
Or
10
so-
minutes,
commented
the
and was
creature
like,
can
"You should
add it
wear some
to
maze."
one ability
You're
check.
like,
Yeah, so.
Oh, so just one.
One.
Yeah.
So you have a 10 minute time frame.
Yeah. Small
So
number. I don't.
22.
So I tend to run with inspiration a little differently. Because it's such a cheap thing for you as a bard to be able to inspire somebody,
Not that cheap.
and then like suddenly, you know, it fucking. But it runs out. Like you fucking burn through. You have what, 5 of them right now?
No, I don't.
How many do you have? 3. Okay, so you burn these 3. I've always gone with inspirations until the next one, long rest. That's how I've
Well,
always seen
not
it.
with my build up at every short rest.
No, I'm saying it lasts when you cast it. Okay, so every short rest. So if you guys take a short rest, then it goes away. Deal.
But if even if we're inspired for that whole time, we can only use that to our advantage once,
Once.
though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's one little like.
Okay, well, don't
Here.
demean it. Fuck.
No, it's really useful, but it just sucks when it goes away in 10 minutes. I
Okay,
remember.
so I
Don't-
use
what?
my
Fine, it
bonus
goes away in 10 minutes. It goes away in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You get value, it goes away in 10 minutes.
I use
What if
my
she's
bonus action and I roll 22.
hmm
Another 5 points damage. That helps.
Make sure you burn that key point for me.
No, that was my bonus action.
Oh, you're not using the key point?
No, I am now.
Your bonus action is using a key point.
Really?
Yeah, that post is exposed.
Mona! Okay,
You
so
don't like the
I'm gonna
bones
use
of
another
our
key
operation
point.
showing?
It's like cleaning up my skirt, it's weird.
Not to people.
11, 17.
17 hits.
Okay.
Not part of the business.
Ooh! 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage.
Cheese puffs at Mike's. Made myself sick on
I
that.
remember that.
Those are the best, dude.
He's like a 3-gallon tub.
Now I'm gonna use another key point to do stunning strike. So you have to throw a Constitution saving throw at DC 13.
Ooh. The con save. Hopefully he rolled low. He's looking at his stats right now to add it up. What did he get?
21.
Ooh. Why did you have to look
Why'd you
so
even have to
hard?
look?
I wanted to do the math right.
I
Yeah,
hate
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Alright, I'm done.
Just 30.
I also like to just like give you hope and take it away.
Yeah. Feel that.
Yeah, you come dancing around behind him and just start slashing and hacking through him with your little short sword. And as he's kind of like you're carving off, it's like sculpting clay. Every time you slash at him, just another lump of it falls off. And you see this opening where there's this like silvery vein that seems to be running through part of his shoulder, and you reach in and you grab at it and you rip. And it's the side that doesn't have an arm. You watch like the whole form, the whole morphology of his upper torso starts to kind of go putty-like and droop, and it loses its definition. Very nice.
Very nice. You gotta get the yeet with the feet.
Alright, I'm going to move here.
Okay. Did
I'm
we
here.
get somebody with arms?
I got you. No, I mean, where
I'm
you
gonna
going?
use,
Yep.
Here?
yeah, just to peek around the corner.
Okay.
Right at the edge.
I'm gonna use Mantle of Majesty.
Okay.
And roll a Wisdom saving throw, please.
Man, you guys are not doing the best at making me save tonight. I just want to point that out. 21.
Hey, at least
You
those
keep rolling
are-
these crazy rolls, though. You know,
I'm
nat
really
20 on
not.
mine.
I'm not rolling crazy.
I was like, well, we tried that once.
I think his modifiers are just that high.
Yeah, I think so too. That's not mine.
One
Right.
person against
So,
five.
Wisdom
then
modifier,
instead-
I would assume would be very high.
Now,
I have to do.
I'm going to go ahead and cast Fairy Fire. Do a Dexterity saving throw.
His dex, I don't know about. That's the one where I think we might.
Is that the area of effect one?
19.
Fuck
He
off.
does alright.
Cool.
He is nimble, so
Okay, never mind. His
he
dex
doesn't
is
really. The way his body is moving is less
He
like
hasn't moved anywhere.
It's not like an old
for
man.
theatric
Thank
value.
you.
The way his body moves, as you cast these things, there's like it's almost like he has eyes all the way around him, and every time something comes at him, he's able to shrink or grow or twist, and he's moving his body in ways that are unnatural to any of you. Any normal vertebrate might have difficulty twisting their torso all the way around, but as this last spell comes screaming at him, it barely misses Odette, and you feel the heat of this radiant energy as it blasts on the ground past you. His leg just bows out of the way, just completely unnaturally bows out of the way. The spell erupting on the ground.
This is not a place for a spellcaster. Let me tell you that much right here, right now. Cool, I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my turn.
No, it's my turn.
He
I'm
looked at
sorry.
me
Yeah.
with his eyes
Nope.
like real deep.
Yeah.
That was just deep.
That was
It's a
spiritual
come hither.
connection.
Yeah, I know. It was,
Roll your dice. Look.
Okay. So he, as he kind of regains the bulk of his composure, melts into the ground. You watch as the sand and the stone just kind of start to
that's
suck
why he
him
looked at me.
upwards.
You're a piece of shit.
Could you take him for me?
Yeah. Where you want him?
I'll just take him.
Oh.
Thanks. Love you.
I hate you.
Does this wall stay up?
The walls stay up. The next thing that happens terrifies. It's just this moment of like, fuck, where'd he go? And even in like the immediate chaos of like, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? You hear this. And from, I would say you hear it the loudest.
So it's coming from the stairs.
Oh,
shit.
fuck off.
Oh, tool video.
Lordy.
Yeah, tool video.
Sweet.
Hold on,
Um,
how the hell is he gonna fit?
He's just
we're
gonna go
underground.
right by the stairs right
We're
there.
underground.
20, 25 foot ceilings.
Is that an actual
It is not a giant.
stone?
As you
or is
turn
it
to look, you, I would say Guanapo, The Boontosh,
Yeah. Fan.
Yeah.
most of you, yeah, everybody except Odette. You guys all turn and look over your shoulder, and you see rising out of the ground, made out of massive boulders, is this menacing stone golem. That
Stone
just
what?
golem.
Stone golem.
Its long arms
Yeah.
are extended all the way to the ground. It's almost
Okay.
walking like a quadruped, but its chest
Ah.
is up and exposed to you. The very dome-like skull glowing with these two bright orange sources of energy.
Jesus.
Yeah, maybe you should have taken a rest of some sort and, maybe perhaps.
It's gonna make its first attack against the first person it can see, which is you, in the open. 11.
16 is my armor class.
The first fist comes crashing down next to you. Missing you in the immediate moment, it takes its hand and it scoops this heaving hunk of dirt. It's probably about 3 feet of just massive solid floor, and he chucks it sideways across his body. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I mean, you did say it
baby.
was sand, so.
Yeah, but you're standing on harder. I just want to point that
This
out.
dexterity to say which one we want to go with. We're going to go with this one. It did me good last time. Here we go. 15.
14.
Nice.
So you take half damage.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
8 points of bludgeoning damage as this like chunk of earth, it barely makes contact, but the amount of force and energy that's
Ooh.
behind it, the mass of it,
Yeah.
just hurts and it stings.
Yeah.
And there's even like a little bit of like rash in the exposed areas of your skin.
And you said 8 was half?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, we can't take too many of those.
Fan, your turn.
Yeah. We're gonna yell at the brown bears to get the fuck back over here. And as they come trancing around, I will kind of simultaneously take my movement and turn here. They're
What do
gonna
bears sound like?
roar. Yeah.
I don't know. I can't do bears very well.
And each one is going to make their attacks on him. They each get 2. The first one's going to be the left bear, my left camera, right, I guess. Does 22 hit?
Yeah.
We're all just
I don't
gonna
know.
hate each other at the end of
Yeah.
this.
Friendships are going to
Fucking hate
burn
each
because of
other.
this shit.
9 points of piercing damage.
9 points of piercing damage. Okay. So you come running, or the bears come
Bears.
running up, and this is the first bear making the first attack.
Yeah, and
You
I'm
watch
just going to kind
as
of
it starts clawing through, and there's this screeching sound
Yeah.
as the claws hit hard stone, and you watch they start to gouge through,
Yeah.
and you can see visible marks. The golem seems completely unfazed.
It doesn't seem to be doing shit to the golem, huh?
It does look like it's doing some sort of damage, but maybe not as much as you would hope against like a flesh-bound creature.
Oh, okay.
So resistance.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm
Keep
not
going,
saying
bear,
that. That's
keep
not what I
going.
said.
He's
Now he's going to
chipping.
take a nice little
Little
bite
growl.
at that same wound, and that's going to be 19.
19, yeah.
So you get
And
a
I just buy.
I'm getting there. I have maybe like 1, 2 spell slots left.
Well,
slots.
Well.
11 points of damage.
11 points of
So,
damage.
Like, looking at her cantrips pretty hard at this point.
Yeah. Yep.
And then the other bear's going to attack. He's going to go ahead and he's going to roll a 10. I'm assuming that doesn't hit. Another 10. Yeah, both his suck. You rolled 2 10s.
2 10s.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it misses.
Yeah, unfortunately, right? Unfortunately.
Okay.
And then,
Cool.
yeah. And then I am going to,
Did your bears make 2 attacks each?
yeah.
Okay.
And then for my attack, I am going to, again, put my hand in the dirt and bring it up. And as I do, I'm going to kind of reach into my pocket. And as I pull out of my pocket, you're going to watch a flame sword come out of my pocket. and I'm just gonna stand there with it, and I'm gonna wait my turn.
Hold it for.
That's my action is to
Oh,
conjure.
okay.
Yeah, I don't
So
think
you-
I can attack. With
As
that
you're
yet.
sending these bears
Let me
forward,
discount double check, but
discount double check.
Did it
You
Flame Blade?
sponsor, yeah.
Oh, you can attack.
green flame blade.
I'm pretty sure you can attack.
Is it green flame blade?
It's just a no, it's a flame blade, level 3.
Oh, Flame Blade.
It's it costs a spell. It's not a
Right.
cantrip.
Okay.
So as you, and it's really interesting, Wanako, watching this happen. It's probably the first time you've really seen him do this. As he reaches into his like pouch,
Oh, it's the
And
first time you see me
withdraw
get this
a
reach.
flaming sword, and like space and physics not lining up, but it looks really cool as this massive Luxodon is standing there, poised and ready, with a beautifully bright orange flaming sword.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna kind of body up right behind my bears. Like I'm just gonna get into a nice position right there behind them as they're kind of mauling on it, and I'm just gonna hold that sword and hold in place. That'll end my turn.
Okay.
Okay. I am gonna move back 10
Okay.
and then try to shoot the stone golem with my arrows. $23 to hit on the first. Same thing for the second one.
Both hit.
Yep.
Did he get disadvantage when he shot?
It's not him.
Fuck, it's not him.
Ah, you dick.
Yeah, I'm glad you said something because I didn't know if it was him or not. He changed this something. He called some creature on it.
26 damage to hit.
I got my
26 to hit or 26 damage? Okay.
Yeah.
And you're shooting with your arrows?
2 arrows. Yeah.
Okay. Dope.
This.
Your arrows, as you release these two, you pull up your first one out of the Fletcher, you fire the second one, and it's just this repeated motion, this familiar, methodical, well-worn muscle memory. And you watch as the arrows sink, and both of them embed way further than you've ever seen them embed into a rock. And you stand there, and as you're like thinking about it, you're like, spell's magical.
Also, I forgot to tell you, as my bonus action, I had moved on my hunter's mark, which I included the damage.
Okay.
Just want to make that clear.
Oh,
Sorry. And it's
yeah.
cut off.
Go ahead and put that off for me.
I don't think so.
It ain't even really a giant.
It's not really a giant. It's a
Well, I'm just saying
golem.
figure.
Oh, is that a woman?
It's a woman, baby.
Is it?
I don't know.
Oh.
I've seen a little side boob action over on this side.
Side move.
Maybe it is. Stone video or tool video. Nabintosh.
I'm going to stay right where I'm at. I'm gonna like
Be honest, like,
hide a
side
little
move.
bit behind that corner, the corner wall. I'm gonna hide
Yep.
a little bit, and then I'm going to cast. What is it? Mind Spike on it,
Got it.
and that is a Wisdom saving throw.
Natural one.
Oh! Yeah!
Okay,
This
so
one's a dummy.
for the next hour, no matter where it is on this plane of existence, I know where it is, and then I do 4d8 of damage.
48 damage. It's pretty good.
4d8. Where are all my d8s?
Make a perception check for me.
Why?
Because you can't see anything that's actually going on here. Every now and then you can see over the wall in front of you, you can see this like giant fist, and you hear roaring and shouting, and there's a lot of noise going on.
20, not natural.
Okay.
18 points of psychic damage.
She's
Damn.
It's alright.
And now for the next hour, I know where it is.
Okay. Okay. You create this telepathic link. You feel the minds kind of merging together, and looking it over, it's a very simple creature. It has very derivative will and desire that seems to stem from something told it to do something, and so it's gonna fucking do it. And it's not hard to penetrate that armor of the mind. And you fire this mind spike right into the center of its being, and the creature roars out as you watch some of the rocks start to tumble off the outside of it. And it kind of staggers for a second, rights itself, and like looks around the room, still focused on the immediate threat. You, hearing all this ruckus, this cacophony of this symphony of cracking stone and shrieking and metal on steel or metal on stone and just loud sounds, find this moment of inner peace. And from the training and methodical nature of who you are as a person, you hear from your right ear heavy breathing.
Oh my gosh, no. Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
I take my short sword.
Okay.
And I just kind of slash down.
It's not. I'll say this. It is a distance away from you. It is not immediately to your right.
Oh, okay.
Whatever it is not in your line of sight right now.
Oh, okay.
But you can hear. There is the sound of battle and shit going on over here, but you can hear that breathing. It's up to you what you want to do. It's your turn. But you have 6 seconds.
This way.
Yeah, probably behind there.
So 5, 10, 15, 20. So I'm going to go right
Hiding behind that wall is a very injured and malformed version of Gnome. He is like holding his wounds. It looks like he's trying to
push it on the wall.
It looks like he's trying to heal his wounds, and as you come around the corner, you see like the look of like his facial expression kind of drops, and what you would imagine is pales, but doesn't really have blood per se.
Okay.
Some of them probably do. Who knows? This guy's a
oh
little
shit
weird.
face.
More of a no shit face.
Like,
There's no pupil dilation. It's all just a black like obsidian.
Death is
Okay,
about to
then I'm
occur.
going to stab him with my short sword.
Go for it.
Yeah.
17, so that hits.
Okay.
25, so that hits. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points of damage.
Okay.
Use my bonus action.
Yeah, you can bonus action one attack, or you can bonus action use a key point and you do 2 attacks.
Okay, I'll do that. 15.
15 hits.
Oh, it hits?
Mhm.
15 hits, people? Well, hopefully I'll spell
Well,
it.
yeah,
That's
we
gotta
got
be
16.
something.
Oh, so 15.
Yeah.
Hi. 13 minutes. So
And that
14.
one on my second roll.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll 6 points of damage, and then I got a nat one on my second one.
There's not much
Damn.
around here for you to attack other than him. As you come swinging in, you jab immediately first towards his chest, and you manage to make contact. As you pull out and go for that second jab, you watch this massive clay hand kind of come out and wrap around your sword and jerk it and throw it to the ground. You're standing there, pretty familiar with using your fist, and you just come in like, all right, boom, boom, and start swinging at him. The second fist, as you try to make contact, hitting him in the jaw with the left
said jerk
hook,
it.
you come in with this right uppercut, and you connect with the gristle that's on his face. His skull seems to kind of thicken. His neck kind of shoots up this like protective material that prevents his head from rocking backwards, and your hands hurt. Like your knuckles are bleeding. You just punched crystals that were sharp.
Okay, and then I'm gonna use another key point.
Does it look like he has a popped collar now? Is that what I'm
Did
understanding?
you really raise your
It's like it's more of like the Juggernaut. From X-Men?
Like the helmet?
Yeah,
Oh.
but it's just a temporary thing. Not that you can see that.
Oh,
It's for
I
flavor.
rolled a 19, so that hits.
Show me
And then 18, so that hits.
You like how she's blocking her dice box with the food bowl so you can't see it?
Right.
She's on.
Okay.
You can't see it anyways. I literally from here, I have great vision. You can't see it.
Fine.
I'm just kidding.
10, 11, 12, 13,
They don't care. They want all the
15,
attacks they can
16,
get.
17 points of damage.
17 points of damage.
Damn.
You come in with more haymakers, just like pulling your fist back, like, motherfucker, and you just start wailing on his face. You're watching. With every impact, it's like punching a muddy pond as like splurts of just liquidus, liquidus? I can't remember what the word is. Liquidy blobs of dirt and mud and rock go flying off of his face. His face is now
Like
more of like a
mud.
Picasso thing.
Yeah.
And he looks very disturbed. One of the obsidian rocks that makes up his eye is starting to droop down his face, breathing very heavily.
Okay, then I'm gonna use my last key point.
You really should have
Finish-
taken a rest, man.
I'm gonna
just
No,
try to
we
finish
got
him
this.
off. 17, so that hits. 19, so that hits. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 more points of damage.
Okay.
And I'm done.
You, just looking at his meek figure, bring both your fists up together and just slam them down on his head. As both fists contact, you watch the whole form of his being just sinks into the ground and spreads across the area in front of you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
18, 19, 20, 22, 34, 25.
How do you like them kumquats?
Kumquats.
See, you caught him off guard there. It was good.
Pretty good. You still take 7 points of thunder damage as when the two obsidian stones make contact, they release this electrical burst of energy. The whole room ionizes, and you can
I rolled
smell
good,
like
there we go.
ozone. There's this bolt of energy that shoots up to the ceiling and causes rocks to spray down on you. You cover your head and you look around, and it's pretty quiet except for your friends going, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" You guys, as you hear this burst of energy, you start to cover your ears, you close your eyes, it is almost deafening, and there's a moment where you feel maybe there's some blood dripping down your ears. This was a loud boom in a small room.
I'm okay, everybody. I'm okay.
Looking up with that ringing tinnitus, like, mop, mop, you look around, and there's just dust in the room,
Yeah.
dirt floating around, debris. Some of you are coughing and hacking. It's mostly dark, very dimly lit, but
The wall's
that
still up?
giant is not there. The walls have crumbled into low-lying. They don't completely disintegrate, but they're more about 3 feet ruined walls instead of giant 10-foot walls.
So did I kill that guy?
Doesn't a boom
He's
touch
dead.
sense the
You do not.
I do want to cast Detect Magic again.
The walls light
The
up.
Boontosh should
The
know where he
doors
is.
light up. You don't.
The stone golem.
Yeah.
So you're saying he no longer exists.
On this plane at least. You know where he's at all times on this, as long as he's on this plane.
Yeah.
Think.
At this point you hear, Gnome, Gnome, wait, Gnome, Gnome,
No.
Gnome, wait, and turning around you look and you see Lucas running down the stairs. Gnome, Gnome, oh, I'm really sorry about this. You guys come upstairs, just come.
Your paper bird got
You guys,
I'm
Oh, Lucas! Took me
I'm
a
looking
second
for
to remember
Odette.
Who Lucas was.
yeah, you
Joanne's
guys,
brother.
It takes a
I
moment.
picked up my short sword.
You pick up your short sword. You guys all see this. You can hear a raspy, wheezy voice calling out.
I worked my way.
Yeah, and I'm
You
gonna
guys-
put my flame blade back in my pocket.
Okay.
Cool, you're good. Fine.
Coming up the stairs, you find that you are moving up them this time. Nothing seems to be dragging you back down.
Gonna keep my parents out though.
Okay. You make it to the top of the stairs. The door to the hut is open. You walk outside. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
yeah, we're
we
moving.
going?
Standing
Yeah.
outside is Lucas and Konak, who had made contact with him previously.
Oh, you son of a bitch! You couldn't have come here like 5 minutes sooner.
A beach.
What happened? Did you guys lose the fight?
No, I think we won.
Where the hell were you?
This
just don't need to know.
I saw a guy, and then walls popped up, and then this like big ass rock creature thing attacked me, and then I attacked it, and then it disappeared after my ears rang, and now we're here.
Did you know the guy in the hut?
Yeah, I should really apologize. I forget that you guys are new here. The forest spirals. It like magically spirals, and you're in the 7th arm right now. There are 12 arms, and there's actually a way out, and I'm gonna show you, and I apologize for that. Really, that's my bad.
I start
That's
yelling
nice to know.
obscenities in multiple different languages, screaming.
Quantico's writing all these down in his book and deciding in a moment.
It is a fervent amount, and your vocabulary grows that much more.
Do I still sense the magical items down below?
Where you're
There
at,
was a
no.
specific door that had.
There were each of the doors of the hostel lit up, and there was several small magical items behind 2 larger doors at the far end of the room.
I want to go back down. I want to try and investigate.
Before you take anything, he's not dead. You should know that. Gnome was an Earth genocide, but the forest, you may have experienced some of it already, being where you're at. The forest lets you come in; it doesn't want you to go out. That's how Quindeth stays a secret. You can come in all you want, but you're gonna die. We have ways of navigating that, but each of the arms of this spiral has a way of sucking you in and making sure that you don't leave. Gnome is one of those. You don't want to take from him.
So
if you
why
get what I'm saying.
didn't you tell us about that?
Have you ever been trying to go through like a big city, you know, and you're on a carriage, and you're like trying to go to a spot, and you forget to tell the carriage driver where to go, because you know where you're going, so why doesn't the carriage driver know where you're going, kind of thing? You ever have that happen?
No.
It happens to me often.
No.
I'm a very forgetful person, alright? I apologize. I can help you. We'll get you out of here.
I turn around and I start cussing again towards the wind.
How did you find us?
I'm more.
It's more of a skill set being part of this forest. You know, you start to learn and
Did you get
try.
my favorite bird?
There was a small creature that alerted me to your presence. I was actually talking to your friend here.
And you guys got one at the same time?
Very
Oh
lucky.
yeah.
Like, get these fucking things out of here.
Little just paper birds just.
What exactly does Gnome do with people down in that basement?
I don't know if you want to know that.
I want to know. I do. Eats consume
We
the
leave
earth.
Gnome alone. He's the only actual sentient of the Guardians. I don't count that useless fucking Cyclops. He's just a fucking layabout. But Gnome wasn't the best person when he was a person.
Or Earth.
Now he's
Was
like
a
a.
person?
Yeah, he turns.
Now he's like an eternal being.
So he just hops from body to body. Is what
He doesn't really have a. But I mean, one of you must have stopped him in the moment. Am I correct?
But he's still alive.
He's not dead. He's not really alive either. He doesn't have a body. He collects himself with the energies of this arm of the spiral, and I mean, he's an honest person still.
Did he allow us to leave?
No.
Or did
There
we
is
just
like a
win our
reset
way out?
period. As you
How long till he's back?
Right.
probably
Yeah.
about 30 minutes.
Cool,
We should
let's
go.
go look out.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
take us out of the rings.
Yeah, no.
That sounds like enough time to go and investigate his.
I'm out.
Quantico tugs
You
on
don't want magical items?
Lucas?
his shirt and pulls out some of the beard shards and shows him.
I wouldn't bring those with you personally, but if you like them.
I like tear it out, clean it off.
Yeah.
Little speckles. You even catch one like on the cheek as it like hits you like, oh. Ready to go?
Yeah.
This way, and you see. What?
I was gonna just tell Quantico he can hop up on one of my bears for the next
Okay.
couple hours if he would like, while I have it.
Got it.
Jumping on Odette's back.
You watch as Lucas
I'm
starts to
walking.
leave. He looks around and looks at the sun, and then just starts walking the opposite direction. Having traveled with him, he never walks a consistent pattern. It's always
Lucas?
something slightly different. Connor.
Connor?
He zigzags, and you see him stop, and he'll look around, and he moves this way, and he starts pointing at things, little markers, and you can see at the base of almost every single tree is a small glyph. Some of them are rounded, some of them are multi-pointed. The origin of this language or means of communication is unknown to each of you.
Can I comprehend language it? It does not work on.
Like glyphs
Nope.
and stuff.
Yeah, glyphs. Or
So, looking at them, he seems to be following this pattern of it's a almost like an arced moon, but it's pointed down as if the moon was blocked from the bottom, not from the side, but from the bottom. That's the first one that you notice. I will say you do notice, and you probably as well notice that he seems to follow this pattern of this crescent moon, but it's pointed downward. There is 3 bands that are not quite like it's not like the Olympic rings, but they just kind of spread out in this V shape. And then the last one is almost consistently looks like a trident, but maybe shorter.
3 prongs.
It's got 3 prongs that are pointed upwards. And you see as he starts picking through, he starts pointing them out to you. And he describes how each one of the arms has a particular glyph that's assigned to it. And by following it in XYZ order, you can almost guarantee that you're going to get out. And he seems to be navigating you on this, like, it's like you'll start like, if you were walking straight and then had to make a left turn, and then walk straight and then make another left turn, and it starts to develop into more of a pattern the longer you're with him. Anybody have anything they need at this point?
Based off me watching him do this, could I like jot down this?
Yeah. So he tells you that the half moon is for fear. The 3 prongs are
Trident?
for the trident.
Okay.
Are for slothliness. And the rings
3 Ds.
are for cardinal or base desires.
Okay.
Anything for anyone? Anyone have anything that they need to say at this point?
Is there any
Otherwise, we're
other
gonna fast
interesting
forward.
places that this forest can lead you to?
I mean, death. You know, it's like the next big adventure.
So it's
right?
literally just away between Hagen?
Hagen.
Hagen?
Hagen.
No, Hagen is on the border of the Nightmare Forest. It's like a small. It's
Call
a
this
no man's.
Nightmare
Forest?
Forest.
Has nobody explained this to you before?
No.
That's so typical of her. Like, I appreciate you being here, but
I feel
What
like
a-
you're the one who directed us.
I tried to send you out. She sent you here, and she didn't tell you what the name of this forest was. Just saying. That said, the Nightmare Forest is a region of war.
We were
World's
told
End.
it was the world's end forest.
However you want to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
So we
Same
can just
thing.
call it whatever we want.
You could call it. I mean, you guys have like
Land of
15 names,
fuckery.
don't you?
I'm gonna call it Guanaco Forest.
Please don't.
You don't want a forest named after you? I don't know. Apparently
No.
it's up for names.
No.
Okay.
There was a war here. Before time. Before anyone like us walked this earth. There were beings that fought over this land, and this was like the main satellite battleground. And there are so many old world curses and powerful energies that are beyond our comprehension. That's why you'll notice not a lot of people big fans of magic around here. Sometimes, occasionally, shit goes wrong with magic.
What was Gnome's accent?
No?
Yeah, what's that?
God.
Southern, wasn't it?
It was Louisiana. It was no,
No,
y'all come on in and talk like this. Yeah. No, like to talk like this.
Because I need to repeat something he said.
No, like to talk like gravelly
Okay.
Louisiana.
I will try that.
What's that movie?
Golden Pond.
Yeah, no, base desires. Don't go there.
Base desires.
Base desires, women,
It's a-
booze, indulgences, vices, things like that.
We
Oh,
should
it's like a
go
pond that
immediately.
it pulls you in and kills
Each one of
like,
these arms is going to tune to you. If you're together, it goes for the greater.
Hell
If it
yeah.
goes for an individual or maybe
Okay.
only a few of you, it goes for more targeted advances.
We should go there immediately.
You know of any druid tribes in this forest by chance?
Well, there's Quindeth.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Do you know anything about a rock? Like a giant with a
Fear.
crack.
Cleaved rock, right?
Yeah.
Nah,
That's
it's not
okay.
perfect, but did you go in it?
I did, but there was nothing scary.
He enjoyed the sketchiness. He's a psychopath, but we love him. He's a good guy. He doesn't need to be running off.
Thank you, fan. That's the nicest thing you
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
said.
If you want to ride a bear, I got a couple
Going
more
in
hours.
I won't dispute the psychopath part either.
Yeah,
Was that just you that went?
No, I went in with Guana Crow here.
yeah.
The three of you
And
together.
Yeah.
And as we walk, I'm
It's
gonna kind of
likely
pick
that
him
it's
up and
more
throw him on a bear.
trying to
This
the
is amazing.
the creatures or the beings were probably trying to target you as a whole, find you as a whole. I venture to say going through there as an individual might be a little bit more concerning.
So,
See, I'm trying to do that, but
what's in the rock is not real.
Well, just assume.
It's not real.
What do you mean it's not real?
People have died. We've pulled out mangled bodies before.
But the things
Wait.
that are in there.
So whatever's in there
show-
can actually get you, or is it like a
It's-
mental thing where you get yourself kind of deal? You know, you just
It's hard to
Not
say
seen
whether
get
it's,
on gut.
Valid.
I don't like
questions.
going in there personally.
Yeah, I'm just like.
no
it's
sane
just-
man would.
You wanted to go in there.
Like I
He's
said,
not
no
sane.
sane man would.
So if you went in there, you saw a little something, that something ain't gonna come out and get you. I
If you want to
want
go, I'll
confirmation.
go with you. I'm game.
You can go
This
in.
whole forest.
There's
Okay.
no promise you will come out.
I'm
Okay.
ready for normal fucking places.
Where's the pond? How far is the pond?
From here, well, we'd probably.
Yeah, you don't need to disclose that information. We don't need to be venturing in that direction or have any fucking ideas of where it is to venture there. So I would appreciate if you did. I'll even tip you a gold.
So what happens if you go into the pond? Is there something that comes
I
over
am
you?
curious.
Or?
I don't see a pond when I go, so I don't know. I don't know what happens when you
What do you see?
go.
Mhm.
It's a little personal.
I'm guessing it's something to do that doesn't have a pipe.
Oh god.
Sex with dead people.
There's always that.
No,
I've heard worse
Tea.
things.
I don't know where you're teaching
Yeah,
us in Kenku.
he learned
You
that.
guys need to.
That was.
Dead people.
He's
You need
very,
Sylvanas in your life.
he's very
Just
bright.
saying.
You like Sylvanus.
She's
How-
one of
Anus?
many.
How did you pronounce that?
Anus.
Sylvanus.
You got me interested.
She's one of many.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Did you say so sphincter?
Yeah. Syl butthole.
Who is this Succincta?
What's the very next thing? Snake Wars.
Not that.
I know, I can't remember what I know his accent was now. I know his
We're
accent.
gonna talk about the Snake Wars.
There we go.
Yeah. You'll find out all about that at Hagen. Old war, about 150 years old. Nothing to worry about these days.
What time of day is it?
Nothing to worry about.
No, I mean, trust me, I'll get you out of here. No worries. Best that you can tell, he seems to keep glancing up as well. There is it's a difficult process trying to guess what time it is. There's a moderate amount of light, but it's getting darker.
Okay. Let me know when it's sleepy time, because I need to sleep.
I'm gonna use an app too.
We can stop here. It'll be about another day's walk to get to the edge of the forest.
Are we in danger during the night, do you think?
Yeah, what is we?
Not-
We're in a
Just got
such a forest. Yeah. We're in
I take
danger.
it very personally that I sent you out without informing you, and I can protect you throughout the night and keep any bad things.
Did we run into anything on the way in?
He had stopped you multiple times, and waited. You had particularly noticed, he likes to look up. He looks up a lot, and he looks behind him a lot. And he had directed you into this small alcove, this outcropping of rock. And you had waited for about an hour as these large shadowy figures had danced about in the trees above you, but had eventually left. But that was really the only danger that you felt coming through here.
Do you know anything about the blustery owl? That's what I'm gonna call it.
So there's some critters around here that develop supernatural powers.
Mm-hmm.
Just being exposed to the radiating magical effects of this forest.
Oh, like an evolution.
It's similar, yeah.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, if you had like one bird that was smaller and then progressively got bigger and then kind of a little bit smaller again, but it could learn, like, you know, powerful wind-based moves. Usually has something to do with the creature in general, what it's good at.
It was rather annoying.
There are tunnels around here by these badgers that have claws that are just outrageous. Don't go in them.
How big are these tunnels? Walkable?
You could walk easily.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, yeah, I wouldn't go in that tunnel. That's a creature I don't.
You guys are taking your...
Oh yeah.
Did I
Rest?
ask him while we were moving, while we were walking around, why he looks up, or no? Or
I
is that kinda
mean,
just quiet?
if you would like to retcon that, we can, or if you just want to know. I mean, he probably would have explained to you after leaving, if you don't want to roleplay it, that there are these horrific, somewhat primate-looking monsters that can drag you into the shadow plane,
Oh, so that's what they would have done to us.
Oh.
Alright.
and
We should find them immediately.
he fears them at this point above all other things in the forest.
Even more than the scary rock.
Good to know.
You didn't hear
Well,
this.
I mean,
You don't know.
You don't.
You don't know. What do you mean, good to know?
Yeah.
So, what's going on with those black, furry, like, creatures that jump about in the trees?
regurgitate, I'm not gonna. My voice. is
I feel like you would have asked about that
Yeah.
anyways.
At some point.
That's a good campfire conversation.
You guys,
take first watch.
don't worry about it. I'll take care of you.
Uh,
And you watch as he starts moving his hands around. By the way, best not to mention this to anybody back in Fandolin. Jesus. Quindet. Best not mention this to anybody in Quindet. Lost Minds of Fandover, guys. Try it out. He starts spinning his hands around.
Good little game.
And he kind of like brings him up and starts bringing him into an arc. And you watch as he does this, this energy starts to kind of permeate the ground, from the ground, growing like roots, until these tendrils start merging over top of you. And the inside of this dome, as it's starting to form around you, starts to warm up to a very pleasant temperature. It's kind of cold out there. And you see he leaves this small conical shape at the top that seems to vent the air as the fire inside this dome. Which at this point, it's like a 10-foot dome. You guys kind of have to sit together and crouch down.
10 foot, doesn't he take up like half?
Yeah.
He's a big guy. Both of you two. That's probably why you're more shoulder to
sit at
shoulder
the
at this
Well, I'm
point.
rumped up.
Rumped up. Rumped
Yeah,
up.
Debbie's sleeping on her
Vulnerable.
face.
Did you catch that, by the way? Did you catch the rumped up?
Yeah, Debbie showed him.
Oh
I
my
showed
god,
him
it's
the
so.
picture of how I
I
sleep
love
I
now.
it.
was
dude.
watching you guys when
Dude.
that happened.
So good. That's going on a coffee cup, and so or a sticker or whatever, or T-shirt, and so is homebrew bullshit. So you guys feel good about yourselves. First two.
I need to have
Yeah,
pictures
this
of you for sure.
dome as it forms around you
Picture.
becomes very temperate, very comfortable, as opposed to the chilly air that's outside. And he kind of like taps on it, and you hear this like boom, boom, boom. Ain't nothing getting through this. Let's be honest.
There's an animal digging somewhere. Boots
Let him
scooting.
be.
That's me. I'm trying to, get in a comfy spot.
She's like
Yeah.
digging at your like shoulder skin.
Trying to get all snuggled up to her torso, and then her ass is just in the air.
It's so.
You just see it hugging it.
I
Yeah.
forgot what we named it, but I wrote
It's
it
rumped
down.
up.
I know,
Rumped
I
up.
remember.
No, they should be gone by now.
Aw.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can make more.
Anyone need to do anything tonight? Anything?
I just want to go ahead and.
Anyone
I
have
would like to ask
questions?
him
Go ahead.
some questions. Kind of while we're sitting there, I guess, at night as things are dwindling down about who he likes to pray to and whatnot. And
Okay.
does he do? If he wants to pray, that'd be kind of cool. To Sylvanus.
You may have misunderstood. You need Sylvanus in your life. It's more of like a colloquial phrase that people say. I'm not zealot of any kind, but I appreciate your offer.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, by all means, follow what you want. You know, do what
Yeah.
you're good at, or whatever the fuck
Okay.
they say in Goodfellow. But like, you know,
Yeah.
whatever floats your boat, man. I'm
Took
just.
you for something else, my
Yeah,
bad.
no, it's a
My
misunderstanding.
bad.
I get it, I'm
It was
sorry.
the, no, yeah. Okay. You have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
yeah,
on,
I'm just
Poe.
gonna go over, and you see he kind of like shifts like 6 inches, and just kind of like sits there awkwardly, like.
Well, this is awkward.
Yeah, I'm literally just gonna turn around and kind of
Awkward.
stand there. Just like face the other way, like, please
So-
help me.
So I'm gonna do, what is it, awkward turtle?
Yeah.
What do you do it? There you go.
No, it's out of sync. You have to do them out of
Yeah.
sync.
Awkward turtle.
Swim. As we all do this.
That's like, but what's funny is like that's actually an effective way of swimming, and I know that because I've had the turtle toy in the pool,
Oh, yeah, and it goes
and it gets across, man. Awkward turtle's still effective. He's just different. Don't judge him.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go pray to Sylvanus by myself.
So,
You-
Konak, what were you doing for the last week-ish? A couple weeks-ish? Yeah.
It's only been like
Almost a month at this point.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I had reports that some old friends that I've been looking for were in town. So I went to search for them.
Did you like my birds?
The birds I almost shot with my arrow. This is the most
They,
annoying thing I've ever seen.
right. Thank you. They were at the most awkward
No,
time.
Honestly,
Sure, well,
honestly,
there's
as soon
no
as they
problem.
came, I already knew what it was. I thought, oh my god, they don't have me to kill things. You know, like it was. I already knew what it was. I wanted to just maybe shoo it away,
It
but.
was just like the most
But this
inopportune
one in the
times.
corner was like, oh, look, it's a little crane. I'm like, no, no, burn it, you know, so let me get the spy on the arrow, we'll shoot at him. He did not like this, so. You can thank this man for wanting to come back. But yes, this
Thank
is where
you.
I was.
So you,
yeah, no, I mean that's the least I could do.
you're making this so awkward. I don't understand.
Nice fire you guys built, man. That's
Yeah, did you do this?
No, I didn't do the fire. I don't know who built it.
Oh.
I'd like to apologize. One, due to the fact that we thought you were dead, I did take your journal. I'd like to give it back.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You thought he was
Did
dead?
you read much of this? You don't really strike me as the kind that does light reading often.
I wanted to.
I just want to make this open.
However,
You do not know
I
this.
did not think it beneficial since you're alive.
Cool. Yeah, great, awesome.
Like the weird old-
That's. I mean,
Oh, I know.
I'm an open book, really. If anything you
Man, that's
want to
fine.
ask, I mean, I can really. I'm like, not too personal, if you don't mind, but like, you know, forest. I'll tell you all about the forest.
I'm just gonna go like this and ask you to hand it to me. As he's saying it.
I respect my privacy and I respect your privacy. And I hope that can be a mutual exchange of respect.
You said
Not
You
too
may not
personal.
know
Not
you
too
open up
personal.
your
Not
kill.
too- I
Look
mean,
at
I'm
skin.
not. I don't want to tell
Listen,
you.
I won't read it, right? You want me to trust you. Just let me hold the book. I will not open it.
I don't think you should trust him with books.
Make a persuasion check. Do we have a spare one for him?
Yeah,
Why
it's
isn't-
it's right in front of your thing.
Using fucking cardboard like it.
Like a noob.
Guanpo
I'm not trying
wants
to
to
offend anybody.
scooch on over
14.
next to you and have a scoop next to you. Sit
Or
next to
oh,
you.
hey there, little Kenku. What's your name?
Guanapo.
Guanapo.
just want to be eyeballing you across the room. Like I'm sitting across from you, but I'm watching this whole thing.
It's very nice to meet you, Guanapo. I'm Lucas.
He gives you stink eye and he writes in his book, I'm not stupid.
My apologies. Ken Kuz and I, it's the whole language thing. It's always been a barrier, and you know, I'm not trying to be. I'm sorry.
I just write barrier?
What'd
You're
you
telling me.
14.
There is this begrudging look in his eye, and there's this moment where you think that he's gonna do it, and then this steely resolve comes over him of like, no. I'm not gonna. Did you
I'm
did
a
you want
whisper
to
fan.
know something or talk? Or?
He just writes in his book,
I haven't done that.
when's the last time you saw Joanne?
Oh,
Maybe charms.
Oh,
No, no.
she's dumb, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's always the stronger of us, you know. Our
I've
father
just been
was
staring
kind
at him
of
from across the room. Maybe if we all stare at
And
him
we-
from across the room.
Well, we didn't have the nicest upbringing, but she made the most of it, really, and you know, she took that job. I don't know if you know this about her. I know most people know her as, you know, the operator of her operation, but
Sorry, sir.
She's
I know
actually-
we're far away, but we're all trying to listen to you as well.
We shouldn't be too far away, right? We're
You're
in a
not-
dome.
you're all
We can
within
hear
10
it,
feet.
yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty damn near
you
close.
see as you like say that, he like pulls down on the stoma and goes, and you watch phlegm just.
Meow.
Is that a little better? I'm sorry.
Yeah, much better.
Whispers. That's my nickname.
Whispers.
I like
So, she and I last met, God, it would have been about 10 years ago now. It's been some time, but when you're an outlaw, you don't travel outside the forest very often. It's kind of the nature of things, you know.
I ask you, why did you guys separate?
I was accused of some pretty heinous things.
Even 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Is this what's in
This is
the
not
book?
the first time.
Why?
Is this what's in the book that you will not let me see or not even let me hold?
It's actually more along the lines of patient records and research data that
Fuck,
I
I
like to
should
keep
have read it.
to
HIPAA.
myself.
Yeah,
I was a doctor.
That's with HIPAA.
I was a doctor. I was a physician.
Oh.
Um,
What kind
spiritual
of,
types and you know
Did you work
those
at the
who are
college?
super. No, I worked at City Catholic. I had a clinic, and it's not hard to raise when you know somebody can make something like this. It's not difficult to raise suspicions when you know mysterious murders start happening outside and bodies start turning up. I'll admit, whoever did it, that was surgical precision. But whoever killed those children, it wasn't me.
Okay, I have got to ask, how the fuck did you get that pipe in your throat?
You got a drink.
Do I have a drink?
Yeah, I'll give him my water.
I've got,
sack.
I've got a,
Here you go, buddy.
a water skin, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And you see he pulls out a flask from his pocket and looks inside of it and screws the cap back on, puts it in his pocket. Well, the night they came to get me, they had decided this little coup d'etat of power and decided that I was the culprit, the one responsible for these.
Coup d'etat, were you in power?
I was
Were you
the
a leader?
head medical officer in the military, yes.
Hmm.
Some of my underlings had lusted after my position, if you will. I'm not trying to brag, but I was good at my job, and I was loyal. But when they came to get me, they dragged me out of my bed, fierce. But the crux of it was a couple of my subordinates, people I thought were my friends. They held me down, and they had a pot of molten metal, and decided it was best that I never speak again. And he kind of gestures at his face, and you can see there is like deep burning scars across his mouth. That was only the magic that I survived, really. When my sister found me the next day, well, I had done this to myself so that I could breathe still. And it took quite some time for us to get the bulk of it off. We escaped up a river. Left
Holy
Sea Gatling
shit.
behind us.
That's impressive. That you did that to yourself. Did you just literally?
Well,
Did you have like a knife or something that you?
Yeah, it's pretty detailed. I mean, you don't gotta relive the trauma, man.
Sure. But you must admit that's a fascinating story.
fascinating enough to make an outlaw.
Gonho just puts a hand on you and says, "I'm sorry," and like looks at you and tries to be very sincere about it because he is insincere.
I've come to terms with it. You know, I'm able to help those who can't help themselves anymore, and you know, I swore that I would do no harm. I intend to keep that promise, which is why, as I'm accused of it again, I sought help from my sister. She helped me one time, maybe she helped me again. She came through. I think she hates Sea Gatling just as much as I do, but something tells me that whatever group or organization is pushing this chemical, they're not affiliated with CETA. Not in my mind. There's no way. This operation is too widespread. They're more focused on the home front.
So you think it's the military?
I don't. I think it's, well, I honestly don't know. I don't know who would spread such a devastating chemical like this. It's such a, the unique thing about it is how addictive it is. It's almost like as soon as somebody comes in contact with it, as soon as they put it in their mouth, I'm surprised you're not fainting right now.
I'm very interested in running over to Luca's pack and ripping it open and finding that other piece.
That's not uncommon. It's extremely, unbelievably addictive. And, I mean, you should really keep track of that tab wherever it's at.
I gave it to
whoever
you.
has it. But it's so potent.
The tablet of the drug.
One misstep with it is an overdose. But without that misstep, your life is still destined for ruin. Good people are dying. And this drug is being spread wider and wider and further and further. I really don't think it can come from CETA.
I have to say your resolve is very impressive. To be tortured and burned for your work and then to continue to do your work regardless, it's very admirable. And for my part, I will help you in whatever way I can.
I appreciate that.
Do you have any more?
Not on me.
What?
Not on me.
How close are you
Can
to us?
I insight check him?
Go for it.
How close are you to us?
I would assume that you're probably on the other side, so it's
Nat
probably
20.
he's like you're sitting right next
Yeah.
to Lucas. He's probably sitting next to you.
He is?
Yeah.
I'm gonna bop him on the back of his head then.
And as
He's
the-
being very genuine.
And as everyone's talking about this, I'm just sitting there, just all like pissed looking and just very upset. And after everyone's quiet, I'm just gonna say I want nothing more than this shit off the streets.
What is this like a, do you grow it, do you make it, what do you,
It looks synthesized.
alright.
What I find most interesting is from what I can tell, it may have something to do with this traveling carnival. This hub of people, that might be the way that they're spreading it. It seems to go wherever they go, but only several days after they're there. There's never an incident when they're present, but when they're gone.
It's
Oh, you just
it's just weird, I guess. I don't see a reason to be giving this to people unless you just absolutely, there's no like
I mean,
power
carnivals, man,
play, I mean,
they smell like cabbage. They're just a little different.
right.
But I don't know. I don't know why you would spread it either. It's so bad. It's so devastating. I don't get it.
Have you ever tried it?
No,
We're getting there in the morning, right, Hagen?
it's like fentanyl.
One day.
you guys will be there in about a day. Yeah, that's.
Alright.
It'd probably be more close to the evening time.
Is this traveling carnival there right now?
When I was there, they were not. No, I was asking some of the folks. Do you speak? Anyone here speak Gnomish?
Gnomish, I do not.
Hagen's predominant language is Gnomish. They're a gnome village. They were poorer until this carnival came about, and there's two of them that are a little more auspicious than the rest.
Workers,
One of them's,
carnies, little like people who work for,
Ringleaders, if you will.
okay.
One of them seems to be more of like the manager from behind the scenes. It's
Yeah.
a track man. I can't find out more. A very mysterious fella. But the other one, Leanin, the leper. He's a rambunctious young man. I don't know why they call him the leper, but I tell you, they're a strange lot. But if I had to put my money on it, that's where it's coming from. Hagen's grown so much and has more money than they've ever had before. That can't be a coincidence.
Do you happen to know, is Hagen its own like dynasty or is it part of, who
Hagen's,
governs Hagen?
Hagen's part of the greater region out here. Cedar Gatling does offer help in exchange for trade, but they're self-governed.
Okay.
They're started out
See
as
the
a small.
Gatling influenced though, for sure.
Yeah.
As
If it's
opposed to Goodfellow, is my
No,
question.
Goodfellow's a little far from
Got
there
two,
for that.
okay.
Cena's maybe 2 weeks, but by sea, a couple days.
Right on. I'm good with that. I think I'm gonna go hit the sack at Guanapo. You're ready for bed, maybe?
I'm out, but I'm gonna be holding my pack or whatever that pill is in to my hoo-ha.
That's not gonna stop him.
I would have said that you just
Breaks
like
my
dumped it
on my
like
stomach.
2 weeks ago while we
Sounds
were
like an
walking
invitation
in
to
the
me.
forest.
Right.
You guys each find as this awkward encounter, this awkward conversation comes to an awkward close. Each of you finds a way to rump up or spoon or
Rump up.
God knows what you do, and
I'm sleeping next to Guanapo. Not too close, but
Yeah.
close enough.
I assume me and Guanapo are just kind of propped up. I'm gonna put my back
Yeah,
against the
front
wall,
up,
sit
straight
up,
up.
and sleep.
cuddle up right in the armpit.
I
It's a little
assume
moist
Guanapo
at
usually
times, but-
sleeps on me in some way, you know,
Yeah.
just like a pillow.
Now that we have this dome and I feel a little bit safer, I'm just gonna kind of play with some of my coins from my pretty pouch to calm me down before sleep. I'll put them away when I'm feeling really tired.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
You guys all find your rest. You can all put down a long rest. And that's where we're going to go to break. We're going to go ahead and empty our bladders. We're going to go ahead and get new frosty cold ones. You guys should do the same. We'll be back in about 10 minutes.
I gotta
Thanks for
pee.
sticking it out thus far, and
I
we'll see you soon.
constipate.
Thanks.
At one point in her life, she had 11 toes. Then she ate one. Her name is Christy. She'll be painting art.
Fly
that
trap is
I
amazing.
have slowed down. This is only my third, so alcoholism isn't a problem, I guess.
Okay.
It is a problem for some people. We'll see. Getting into the weeds. Welcome back to the Witness Guild. Thanks for bearing with us. We've got a couple. We've only got one functional bathroom right now, so we're rotating through as best we can.
Really?
Last we left
There's
off.
no toilet or vanity.
Thank God. Please tell me you guys are replacing that thing too.
It's already in the trash. Why would I reuse a toilet if we're remodeling the entire bathroom? It's like with the nasty ass
Yeah.
toilet.
The worst
I'm
one
so-
I've ever seen.
I will snake those drains with you. I will come in with white gear on.
I'm
I
not
will
convinced
do.
it's the drain now.
Do you think it's the toilet?
Shit down. It's just fine. Yeah.
Okay. Well, either way, toilet problems. Last
Oh,
we
Lord.
left off, you guys had battled with Gnome, found out that he was an ever-living being and was probably going to come back, and evacuated the
Yeah.
area immediately. In the night, you hear many sounds.
Fuck no.
Whoa.
Like that one.
Like that.
Fucking Truckosaurus, dude.
What just
Which one?
happened?
Which one
She
is
just
it?
bulldozes.
Oh, Luna.
Luna
Yeah, it's a
Tuna.
bulldozer.
Just fucking. There's no
She
like.
doesn't care. Like if she needed to go through this.
She
shit,
is
she's
she is the unstoppable force,
Yeah.
right? Or the unstoppable object. That's her. She's just fucking.
She is.
Oh god.
Ridiculous.
You guys had escaped, been in the tiny hut with Lucas. Lucas had shared a very personal story with you guys.
And someone asked too many details about it.
I mean, that might be, appropriate to his character. We don't
You
know.
can't tell me that wasn't the most interesting story you've heard in like a long time.
Yeah,
The
but
morning
I'm now
comes
more
to you.
endeared to his cause because I understand his struggles.
Probably like the
The,
8th most interesting
warmth
story ever.
He has a
the morning
pipe in his
is
throat.
lost on you guys because you're inside this temperature-controlled dome. As you start to wake up and start to turn over, the dome collapses very slowly, and the very brisk morning air greets you. Sends shivers up your spine or down your spine.
Can't go up horses. but-
Across
Yeah,
your
what's
spine.
going-
Her ass is
Yeah.
in the air, so it has to go down.
Oh, I
Perpendicularly
see.
across your spine.
Yeah,
Oh,
perpendicularly
the way she
across your spine.
sleeps.
Yes.
Yes.
In an L shape.
The morning is yours to do with as you please. Lucas goes and relieves himself quickly.
Yeah, I'd like to go relieve myself next to Lucas.
Interesting. Whole forest.
As you stand there,
I just watch him do it. I want to just.
I'm
join
gonna
in.
You
walk
comparing
over
someone?
and watch as
No.
well. I'm watching. I'm not going to the bathroom. I'm just watching.
It's just a. Hey, man. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Guana puts
Yep.
in the background. He just says awkward.
Yep. Don't shake it more than twice.
Nope.
See over about it.
You can
Yeah.
shake it as much as you want in my book.
And I'm gonna walk away.
It's so horrible.
Alright, I say Essen's a band of perverts. Let's keep it
Yep. Then you see he
Yeah.
kind of rights himself and
It's
so
only one word here, but-
it's gonna be about a half day getting out of the forest and then about we're gonna make a. You see he starts looking around and starts counting the trees. Probably about a couple hours from there, Tag. I personally am just gonna see you to the road. The patrols out here, mercenaries, bandits, things like that, they don't take kindly to something so distinguishable.
Yeah, I think we'd be fine with them. But yeah, you do your thing, man.
Great.
Gonfog is gonna write in his book. Do we have to go back to Quindeth to meet you, or will you meet us somewhere so we don't have to go through this fucking forest again?
I'll teach you. You know how to get to Quindeth. I'm assuming you
I mean,
made your way
Based
there
off
the
of
first
what
time.
you
Yeah,
showed
we
me,
had
showed
the-
us, could I
perfect trip
navigate
through
that?
this forest.
Yeah, and he starts to, as he realizes that it may not be the easiest thing for you,
Wrote it down.
starts giving you more directions.
Yeah.
You take them down. I'll give you the notes on that later.
Cool.
But you feel confident in your ability to relocate Quindeth. Anything? Anyone? Fast forward.
Fast
Yeah.
forward.
Let's get on
Montage.
to walking.
Anything, a
I'm gonna
montage.
ask him in the meantime, like, so we have to walk through this forest again to get back?
To
No,
get
I
out.
don't think we gotta walk through the forest. I mean, maybe a little bit, but
To get out.
yeah, maybe we'll find a different means.
There's
of
no way to go around these boats. Or
Maybe we'll find a
There's a
different
sea.
means of
Are
transportation.
you asking where Quindeth is? Or where Hagen is?
He's asking if we have to go through the forest to get back to Quindeth on our way back.
Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Quindeth is located very deep in the forest.
So did we just
It's
get
in
lucky,
the
like,
forest,
coming in and
yeah.
only running into the Cyclops?
The forest does not seem to
Care going in?
care about people coming in.
Okay.
It wants to eat people.
I'm the
It's the going out part.
montage.
When you eat
You
sunflowers.
guys are walking along the path. Your day has been
A day.
not rigorous, but not easy. Lucas left you about 2 to 3 hours ago, pointed you down the road, said Hagen's just over the rise.
Hell
You walking around, there's a tall forest to your right, and there is some sparse trees, nothing too overgrown to your left. And the vibe that you get from this side of the forest, much more menacing. You guys have walked for about 3 hours. You come around a bend, and the tree line opens up on the left side, and you see carved out of this protruding rock, there is a series of doors and like windows, and it looks warmly lit. And as you kind of, as this outcropping of rock presents you with these abodes, there's small trails of smoke coming out of some chimneys that seem to be carved through the rock. You look past it and you can see there are farms and houses and businesses and this kind of sprawling, not very well organized system of commerce. There are people kind of rushing about in this little area, and as you stand next to the signpost, there's like one of the arrows pointing straight at the rock that says Hagen. You proceed inward. The sounds of business and trade are going on. There's gnomes that are kind of battling to each other. Looking around, predominantly gnomes. All of them look incredibly young.
Wait,
Maybe
they're gnomes?
they're gnomes. Like
Good no.
GNOMEs, not NOAM apostrophe S.
They're gonna steal my socks.
Underpants moves.
Yeah, worse. I thought those were trolls. I don't know. Either way, I can never keep them together. You guys are greeted with the smell of warm foods and this busy, kind of bustling nature. At the same time, everybody seems to be just kind of lulling their way through it. It's not like this. It's not like where people are arguing. It's just kind of like, oh, you know, how's the wife? And I need 6 eggs, and that's too expensive. And,
Oh my god, I adore
Very
you.
small town.
very
vibes,
small town
okay.
vibes.
Do they
It
look
looks a
high?
little bigger in the
Yeah.
background. None of
There's
them
a
appear to
woman
be
walking
high.
by singing for some
Yeah,
reason.
she's like feeding
They're
book
birds.
pages
Oh,
to a. She's
Is
just
everybody
ripping
really
pages
small?
out of this book and feeding them to sheep that are following her.
Are the houses
very
normal
appropriate.
size or miniature size?
Yeah,
They're
everything
all. Look, you probably would be okay.
Like, I feel
The
just
rest of
out
you,
of place.
you all look like giants, and they acknowledge
Well, I'm
you.
still like 5 foot something.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were in the 4
I'm
to
a
3 foot.
dude, a tall dude.
Okay.
5 foot
So I take that back.
Yeah,
None of you
yeah,
would
and
really
I'm 8
fit
feet.
in these areas. The majority of the people here
I'm
are
5'1".
3 to 3.5 feet tall. You stand out like a sore thumb. People acknowledge your presence, and the seas kind of part around you as these lanes of traffic move back and forth.
Very cool, very cool.
But yeah, welcome to Hagen.
Shall we head to a tavern? Maybe find some local gossip? Are we just looking for the caravan?
I want to look for the shadiest motherfucker I can find.
Perception check.
Can we fit in a tavern?
I can.
I think
I
maybe
thought you
me.
said 5 foot would
God.
be 2.
I
Looking around.
changed
Four.
myself into a gnome that I
Look at that guy.
recognized.
He's fucking suspicious.
What?
So's that old lady. That lady's fucking suspicious too.
I have a feeling about the old
My
lady. I'm gonna
God.
walk up to the old lady.
All these people are fucking suspicious.
I'm gonna walk up to the old lady.
What?
There is a rather
Oh.
middle-aged looking gnome. From what you know about gnomes, to have actually show my kids sing that, and I want to break their
Really?
fucking
Don't be suspicious.
femurs.
Don't be suspicious.
They sing it constantly.
I love it. Well, because
Um,
they crawl around under tables and stuff every
They
time
are
we do that. They're like
suspicious.
underneath the furniture and like peeking out while we're playing and stuff. It's fun.
They're just awkward creatures. Like
Suspicious.
Lucas would hate them. What were we talking about? The old lady. You know that for a gnome to be showing signs of age in daylight, she must be up there in her years. You approach, and she seems to be selling radishes out of a basket. People are
My
some
favorite.
of them kind of.
How much for the radish?
Yeah, yes, we have. Yeah, we'll say 1 silver.
I'm gonna pop her a gold.
For a rat.
And she
Yeah,
throws
she
you a
loves
I'm
radish.
gonna
the
say,
shit out of you.
Fabulous.
Or you just got Chip. Are you ready?
Ask your
do
question.
you mind?
Oh.
Where are the drugs?
Oh, wow. I'm
Wow.
walking away from
I'm
him.
sorry about my friend here, and I'm just gonna kind of crash.
She knows
see how she
something.
kind
I
of, like,
promise she knows
True.
something.
She like shows the coin.
She's
and
been
it's
around the
like,
block.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And just like full, like as she flips it through her fingers, it's just like.
See,
and
she knows
lands
something.
Squarely in a coin purse that's loosely open.
Nice.
Loosely open? Are you trying to suggest something?
Is it full?
She's just got flaps in the wind. It's like
Yeah.
jerking out her.
Like the sleeves of a
Roast beef.
wizard.
So, do you have any information for me?
And from what I understand, he's pulling you away. Unless you want to make a straight contest to stay where you're at.
Definitely.
Go for it.
Oh,
Yeah, good
Saint Damian's beard.
Fortunately, the Lexodon sucks at strength too.
Yeah, I'm not the
What?
best strength.
Really?
Yeah, oddly,
Wow,
it's
that's
weird.
so weird.
Well, I got 2.
I got 15.
You wrap an arm around him, and you're like, "Come on, buddy, let's
Where are
go."
the drugs?
You
That's
shout
Destiny
as
wins,
you're,
yeah.
and like, there's a couple people in the square that like,
Yeah. I'll even kind of like muffle him as we're going. Just like,
I'm gonna walk over to the old
Are
lady
you not
as
wanting
well,
to find something?
and I'm just going to ask, what is it that what is the main crop here?
Did I get my
we
turn?
have yeah, you got it. It's
Okay.
not a turnip, it's a radish.
Radish. I got my radish. Idiot.
We're farming village, if you will. It's well, it's a nice place.
Oh, I do not disagree with you. I think it's a beautiful land. I'm
Oh.
just asking, do you guys, what do you trade outside of the walls?
No, there's no real. This superstructure here is actually an ancient gnomish. Well, it was a temple at one point, but we've kind of repurposed it as we've grown more wise in our years. And you see, it's not actually a wall so much as it's just like the city center. If you go just around the corner there, there's a whole another section to the city.
Do you trade outside of the walls though? Like, do you guys have other towns that you
Oh yeah. We deal with some folk out in the Keys, and every now and then, there's some folks from Cedar Gatling that come. It's kind of like a tax for services thing, but it's a quiet section of the world. Stay out of the forest, you're fine.
with? Thank you for all the information. Have you seen a traveling bunch of gnomes? Have they come through here recently?
Gnomes. No, most gnomes are pretty steadfast and rooted.
Carney.
So the ones, it's
Yum.
the traveling groups. They go around just from town to town.
Oh,
That's
you're
what I'm
talking
sure.
about the what is that? That's Leo. His band of folk. I think they're actually in town right now. Out on the southern edge of town, past the prairies. They're not quite willing to incorporate, but We're not exactly looking to have a bunch of freak shows running around here, are we?
They good people. Would you say that are they welcome here in the town?
They
Was that
do
what
cool
said
things.
that?
Yeah, they do cool things. And one of them eats a sword. It's
Yeah, you
amazing.
shouldn't do that movement.
Do you know why
It's
they
like-
come back here all the time? I've heard that they're here a lot.
Hagen, it's kind of a midpoint, if you will. You know, it's only a couple weeks travel in any direction, and unless you're trying to go north of those behemoths, and she kind of like points outwards, and it's I think
So-
you did it.
Is that the mountain where the mushrooms are? Is that what you're talking about?
Who's the one that climbed to the top of the trees? Was it both of you or just
This
you?
man, he did the scroll.
As she kind of points, and you're like doing your best to muffle the Boontosh, you like look over, and it dawns on you that the white, fluffy clouds that you've been seeing before, they're still there. And it takes your eyes a minute to adjust, and seeing it from this distance back, those aren't clouds. That's snow. And as you look up, these mountains have to be the most daunting, horribly, horrifically tall things. Like, no creature goes that high. Dragons don't go that high.
Damn. Okay.
My paper bird goes that high though.
Your paper bird might. If it doesn't freeze solid halfway up, we'll see. I don't
Paper
know.
doesn't freeze.
It would find a way to fall.
Paper
in.
does have moisture in it, which means that it does freeze.
Magical paper.
Magical paper may have some resistance to frost or ice or cold, but we'll see how far that gets you.
While we're walking around, or while we're there, do I see any interesting vegetables that catch my eye?
There is all
Like-
sorts of things. There are
Corn.
eggplants. There are. There's no corn.
You know
What?
corn here.
Blasphemy! This
Interesting.
place is
Travesty.
bullshit.
That's not a
Um,
market.
Man.
There
We're the
are
Mercs of
beets
Bays.
and radishes
We're the
and.
mercs of the markets. Let me tell you that right now.
Guanaco's just kind of.
Do we want to start this again?
No, I
Do
don't.
we want to start this
I
again?
don't.
What happened?
She
We'll
said
go-
we're the
we'll go
mercs
to
of the
that.
market.
Oh.
Mercs in the market. Gonna
Um,
mark some market.
Guanaco just wants to quickly skip around and like pass out like a seeing how he had to pay. How much is it? 1 silver to a copper. Is it 10?
It's 10. 10, 10, 10. And I don't do
10,
Ethereum or
10.
epithelium
Okay,
or
so he's gonna
whatever
pick up,
fucking shit
like-
it is.
Electrum.
Electrum.
8 different kinds of vegetables and try and gather them,
Yeah.
and so I'll pay.
It's a bit of a juggle, but you manage to just keep throwing coins out, and like the gnomes take them happily. Everyone that you throw silver to, they're like, yeah. And they like, they're giving you the best stock,
Yeah.
and you go,
Yeah.
One
Leafy
and a-
greens and all.
yeah,
Anything
dude.
like-
There's kale. There's help me out here. There's collard greens. There's lettuce.
Yeah.
There's
I'll take like a silver worth.
As we're going through, we're looking.
Does that mean he's
for
let
me down?
They're literally just handing you every time you hand out a silver. they
I
just
want a
hand you-
drink.
As I'm doing this, I will let you down
Okay.
and keep
Where's
a very
the
close
rubber?
eye on your
I'm
ass.
going back to the old lady.
Great.
God damn
You
it.
start shouting, and one of the gnomes is like, "Why you gotta shout like that? It's just right around the corner. Just go.
I need to get my point across.
Outsiders."
You're just in the middle of town. I want a drink.
I'm
I
sorry, that
need
is
alcohol.
We're gonna go.
While we're walking there, I just want to start like
You guys
gluttonously just
wander
shoving
away.
stuff
You
in
still
my
talking to
mouth.
the old lady as your friends depart?
I just want to. You said something about sword swallowing?
Yes, they did. Great band out there in the south. They all sorts of fascinating things. Really, I mean, it's impressive if nothing else, but it's definitely creepy and weird.
How so?
Have you met Carnies before?
No. I think I fit right in though.
I think you'll fit in mighty
Small
fine.
hands,
on your
like
way now.
cabbages.
Our friends are leaving. We
Small
gotta
hands and smell like
follow them.
Alright, fine, I'll scamper after
I
them.
thought I smelled cabbage. I don't hate carnies. I want to point that out right now. That is an old trope, and not something that I personally believe in.
Carnival folk.
Carnival folk. I'll do a lot of mean things, but legitimately, when we go to the Renaissance Fair, I love those fucking people
Red
so much.
Bear. Yeah, well, they're creatively funny.
The Ren Fair.
Ren Fair.
Hey Odette, before we go into any tavern, can you take me to the alley and hide me?
Did we hear this?
Are you doing this secretively?
Yes.
Make a stealth check.
Did you say hide?
What do you mean hide?
Use your massive body to cover me. That is some fucking bullshit. Because that's what that is. You are gonna go straight.
Is that a 1?
That is a 1.
It's like a spore puff of
Are
bullshit.
going
Just
into the
Everyone hears you say this.
Ooh.
everyone hears you say it.
When everyone, is it everyone?
At least these 6, that's for sure.
I'm
Or
gonna
these 5.
say,
Cool. Now take me the back out.
As you two like
Knowing that she has
shuffle,
the drug, I am going to
very,
follow.
very stiff, very upright, very unnatural movements as you guys
I'm
start
like-
circling your way towards this. Yeah, it looks like Nelly.
I
Sure.
just start scratching my neck. Where you going?
Yeah, are we just standing at the front of the alley now?
Just
Or
let us do this.
Where you going?
Go in the alley, yes?
Yeah.
Are we in an alley? I
Yeah.
can imagine if I look, I can see 2 buildings.
It's an alley.
And I'm in an
It
alley.
is like that big. It is like the
I
smallest
okay.
fucking
I
alley.
turned myself into a lean-to again.
Okay.
And
I would
There
like,
are gnomes, lots of them passing behind the other side of her. Like, there's you the horse, you Odette. Then there's a building, and it's a very narrow building. This section of the building is probably an outhouse on one side, and there's like a small gate system. And you guys are like, this looks like an alley, and like you just run back there, and as you start doing whatever it is you're doing, you look up, and there are just a whole sea of them doing
I
business.
try my best.
okay, I don't want to be there then. I want to go to a different alley that I can find cover in.
Oh man.
Looking around here,
Watching
the
this is
massive
just
size
comical.
of everybody in this party
Figuring out.
compared to the relative size of how big everything is around here.
Get out.
What are you trying to do exactly?
I get out.
I'm tired of jumping alley to alley, looking for a place for you to
You don't
hide.
have to
Nimbly
go.
bimbly from
I
alley
get
alley.
out my bedroll
Drinking
and
milk.
I put it over me like a tent. Can she go under?
I'm gonna go under her.
I feel like that's gonna draw more
There
attention.
is
But in
now.
an alley.
There is
Yeah,
now.
no,
a
I'm gonna start
centaur.
helping, but like comically, you know.
Yeah, exaggerated.
Don't worry, you're not being seen.
As you guys start doing
You
this,
can peek
Odette, you're like
underneath
holding
the
it and
horse.
looking underneath like this. Fan, you're noticing as you're doing this, you're kind of speaking a little bit more pronounced. And
Oh,
with-
fuck this
like
shit.
that. And like you see, like there are people starting to gather. Like, what show is going on here? Ooh, what is this? Is this magic? Is this? Are these from the? Are these from the carnies?
Sorry, this thing's giving birth. We're gonna need some space. You don't want to see this.
Oh, I'm a physician. Do you need some
Oh,
help?
we do not. I got
Oh,
this.
nonsense!
No,
I'll help you. It's the least I can do for some weary travelers.
You know
Coming
what?
to give birth
Actually,
around here, that's
yeah,
fantastic.
come help. Have you ever seen?
And you see
a
like people
centaur?
start like
Yeah,
applauding gently as this like
Yeah.
this very like younger gnome starts walking
Yeah. As
out.
it steps up, I want to just lean in and be like, "Turn into a baby centaur."
I can't. They have 4 legs. I have 2.
That's on you.
Sit underneath her like you're coming out.
All right. Well, you're mighty thin for being pregnant. Are you sure you're getting enough food there, lassie?
Just leave it alone. Let that fix.
No, trust me, I'm here to help. Here, and he whips out a piece of paper. He's like, "Look, it's my documentation. I'm quite certified to do this. You know, my brother, and I don't mean this to be impolite, but maybe it might help. He's a veterinarian and he works with equine, so perhaps we should call him Davis. Davis!
This took a turn. It's not at all.
Somebody get Davis over here immediately! Lass, these are incredible scars you have here. What pronounce?
I take
Oh
my
my, there must be
bedroll
some
off
sort
and I'm
of.
like, wait, I don't know if I'm pregnant or not, and walk off, like walk away.
What do you mean you don't know if you're pregnant? And the crowd's like, boo.
She fooled us all. Boo!
Get them dirty carnies out of here. I'm sick, Fox. I thought we were gonna have some sort of beautiful moment. This is bullshit, is it not?
That's bullshit.
Gwyneth was gonna walk up to the physician, write in his book, "I'm sorry, she's quite sheltered. She thought kissing led to pregnancy. She kissed someone for the first time.
Oh yeah, you might want to explain that.
We'll
Make
have
persuasion
the
check.
talk."
I just lean over to Fan. I'm like, and you thought I was problem? Are you kidding me?
We're just fucking around people at this point. I can only take so many walks down so many damn alleys before we're gonna have a little
Persuasion.
fun.
That one.
This is so
me is interesting that, well, you come to town immediately, and then there's this show of, you're not here to do some sort of harm, are you?
No.
Alright, well, just keep your noses out of it. And, tell that one, I don't know if you should have the birds and the bees talks, but maybe you can make some sounds at her, huh?
That macaroni noise.
I love
Why are you
macaroni.
eating so much macaroni?
We're gonna head to the tavern.
They guide you to a couple people begrudgingly like, get the fuck out of there. There's like this rabble of like, you fooled us and beautiful birth and that's not something to joke about. And
I'm gonna hang back.
I wasn't
for,
joking. I really thought I was having a baby. Okay, I felt contractions.
I just want to hang back for like a minute as I kind of watch them around a corner and like argue with people. Like, yeah, what terrible freaking people. And as I turn the corner, I'll kind of walk and kind of chase after.
just tail them from a distance, so you're not part of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, this giant elephant person.
yeah. Whatever works.
Not part of the group of extremely tall people.
Nope. Nope.
As you round the next corner, these buildings are low. They're maybe 9 feet.
Oh, I can see you rounding the buildings.
Yeah, you peek your head down, and the next building down, there's a couple shops. It looks like, maybe some smithies, and this place really isn't that bad. It's a little backwoods, but it's not unpleasant.
They seem like nice people.
They seem like decent enough people. You can see about, I would say probably 1,000 feet away from you, at the southern end of the city, there is a large red and white striped tent. And around it there are several carts, and there's some smaller tents that are more ruddy browns, and one of them's maroon, one of them's patchwork. And the immediate thought is like, that's a traveling circus. Before that, more proximal to you guys is a larger building, one that is bigger than the rest that is around it. Let's find out what it's called. I fucking haven't had to touch my computer this entire time.
Damn.
Ah.
Oh yeah, we should probably talk about what we're gonna do.
Well, I
So,
figured we go in the tavern, grab some drinks.
yeah.
There is
Corner.
a
Maybe
building that is more
talk about
appropriately
it.
sized for you guys. It's about 30 feet tall, but it looks like it's only 2 floors. The windows and doors, there is a smaller set that seems to be for the differently abled gnome population here that might have a harder time pushing through a bigger door.
Yeah.
But there is a larger set that is, the door opening is about 9 feet tall. And hanging on a sign that is pointed literally down the alley, the street that you're walking down, the sign points straight instead of being from the side, points straight at you. And it says a good deal more in very beautiful script.
Yeah, is this our stuff, or we should probably do something before we go talk to the carnival folk.
I say we go to the good deal more.
Yeah, grab a
Yeah, I need a
drink.
brewski.
Yeah.
Price it.
After I just
Brass
gave
it.
birth, I need a
It's a
brewski.
Walmart of gnomes.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys walk into the tavern, and that's exactly what it is. Standing inside, it looks like it might house above you maybe 6 or 7 rooms at the most. Full-size rooms that you're accustomed to. The downstairs tavern is about 30 feet deep and about 40 feet wide. There are maybe 10 to 15 different tables in here, all of them varying sizes. Some of them are humongous and built for somebody like Fan. Some of them are extremely small and built for maybe a younger gnome. The population in here is predominantly gnomish. There is one elf who's sitting at a table that is appropriately sized for him. Drinking, looks like he's just finishing his meal. And there are several gnomes running around on the floor. Standing behind the bar on definitely has to be some sort of stilt system, or maybe the bar just doesn't go that deep behind it. There's a bright green kobold who is rushing up and down, filling up drinks and pointing and barking orders and, serving food, and you hear him like yell at somebody in the kitchen real quick. Looks like he knows what he's doing. and is very confident in his abilities.
Is there any table in the back corner that is somewhat secluded from others?
I thought you said from mothers.
From mothers who have recently given birth in the streets.
You're having a hard time getting rid of these mothers. They just seem to be following you so well. Yeah, no. There's tables all over the place. Some of them are occupied, some of them are not. That's probably about 50% of what.
Want a
Could
Lone
be.
Ranger kind of feel table.
Probably not gonna get in here.
Do I recognize the gnome?
Phil.
Kobold?
Gnomes?
No, I'm sorry. Do I recognize the elf?
The elf, make an investigation check for me.
I'm gonna go grab me and Odette a drink.
As you walk up to the bar, you hear the voice of this kobold as he's barking orders like, "No, not there! That's not what I said! She wanted 2 specials and one for Lemon John! That's all I wanted! I don't understand! What is the..." And you see there's this like young like gnomish girl who's just like shaking as he's like barking at her like, "If you wanted to work here, I don't know. Your mom's a nice lady, trust me, I like her a lot, but
Good
I don't
sir.
know that..." What? Can I help you? What? Take a note. Take notes.
Can I get 2 large glasses of any type of sweet wine you have?
We have mead and we have strawberry wines and I think there's a watermelon. Do we still have the watermelon? You're not useful.
2 meads.
Meads. Very well. Okay.
And a
give me-
special.
And a special. Excellent. Okay. It's gonna
Three beads.
be 3 meads.
Actually, make that 4. I got
4.
Yeah.
How many of you are there? I'll make it 6. Great.
6. I'm like, how many?
You see he turns.
One.
And he just runs over, and literally, it is the coolest looking thing. As he picks up 3 glasses, puts them on a rack, and pushes them, and they start hitting these levers. And you see, there's like this ornate organization of taps that are in like a from the left to right descending order. And you see, like as they hit these little levers, and you watch as he's pushing them. It goes, and by the time it gets to the last spout, the last tap, the glass is full, and it hits like this little like spring-loaded contraption, and it loads all 6 of them up. And you see he grabs this ski of drinks, and he picks it up and he slides it back to you and runs it across the bar, and each one just stops in perfect distance away from each other. That'll be 20 gold.
I'm sorry, what?
20.
20 gold.
6 specials, 6 meads. Right?
I just wanted just 2 meads.
1 special
1 special,
and
6
6
meads.
meads.
Got it. My apologies. That'll run you 7 gold.
I got the
What
first
is the
round.
special? Like,
I don't know. I'm about to find out. Okay.
'Cause
Yeah.
it's
First round.
pretty
I got the first round. Don't worry
All
about
right,
it
cool.
on me. And I will tip you an extra gold for that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You sound like the snake.
Sir.
from Crash
Sir, thank you, sir.
It's difficult with the scales. I don't take
Yeah,
offense.
yeah. Sorry, I'm not
He
used to
sounds
this.
like the
This
snake
is
from Crash
I'm a giant.
Bandicoot.
Hmm?
So you sound like the snake from Crash Bandicoot.
Oh yeah, you do. What's that name?
Oh.
I rolled a 22, so do I recognize the elf? Yes or no?
He. Yeah.
No.
Am I threatened?
Not threatened, but you don't feel concerned for yourself. But this person,
Is it someone that I would know that would normally travel with others, or could possibly be alone? You don't have to give me the exact answer,
he
but
just has a 9 feeling.
Whispers.
Whisper, whisper in your ear. Fix the
I
backdrop
broke
'cause
it.
someone's
Oh, man.
ass is
Matthew
big.
fixed the backdrop.
We just throw that on over. Whispers, we gotta fill some
Oh yeah.
space
So
people don't get
tell us a
bored.
story about you.
About me? I don't have anything about me.
Don't you have like
I don't know what I'm using for
you
this.
have an extra ball?
Oh wow.
I can
We're
confirm
talking
that.
about
Can confirm.
Chris does
Oh, are we
it.
giving? Yeah. What happened to awkward facts, Chris?
yeah, I should have kept that going, but I completely forgot. And now I'm
Jesus.
watching Matthew fail at this.
Aren't you? You're responsible for what holiday it is today, aren't you? I thought we gave you that assignment. I did it once. It was German International Peace Day.
Belly Lint Day.
Is today Belly Lint Day? Oh.
Nobody gave that to me, but I can think of one.
Yeah, no, no, legitimately, what holiday is
Google, Google.
today? While we fix that, it is multiple different Independence Days
I'll
today.
start doing animal facts during
Oh, here, you ready for
Those
this
I
one?
can do off the
It
top
is
of my head.
the International Day for the Preservation of the Ozone Layer. Today.
National Double Cheeseburger Day.
I like that,
That
one.
one is
a
way
lot
better.
That one
Yeah,
brings
double
me
cheeseburger.
turmoil
National
of the
Cheese
situation we're
Toast
currently
Day.
in.
Cheese toast? That's not a thing.
I feel like
Gross.
they call grilled cheese in
Yeah.
Europe.
The British grilled
Put them
cheese.
together.
toast,
Stop
please.
it.
National Tackle Kids Cancer Day.
I want to
Okay,
tackle.
now we're going
How can you
kid.
visit? That's
Where can I find a kid to
National
tackle?
Online Learning Day.
like. I shouldn't be laughing. That's what I feel like for
National
starters.
God Day.
Who wants to go
However-
to a cancer ward in the hospital?
And tackle a kid. That's what that holiday makes
Yeah,
me think.
right. Let's just go tackle.
Tackle
the-
some poor kid with a compromised immune system and a tumor. God,
With
we're
the
bad
double
people.
cheeseburger.
And with that,
Terrible.
we've lost our last viewers.
Yeah. Table and talking in a low tone. should
You
not be
each
heard.
take meat, and if anybody
Yeah.
wasn't actually at the bar, then you take it for your
Is
friends.
there a corner table or something that's like
There are no
our
corner
size?
tables. It's mostly
It's a
the
circle.
whole perimeter is taken up.
Okay.
The more inside tables, and there's some space. There's one where there's only one neighboring party
Yeah.
that's up against the back wall, and around it is predominantly empty. However, the stairs are immediately right next to you. The person that you inquired about is about 5 tables away from you.
Okay. Well, just for reference for DM, I'm completely masked up.
Yeah. Nope.
And
You are head to toe.
Yeah, yeah.
so I'm
hushed
gonna
tones.
I'm gonna just kind of quietly, not quietly, just in a normal voice, not causing suspicion. Normal talk. And I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna go talk to this elf. And my name is not Konak.
Oh, okay.
All right.
What is it?
I know him from somewhere.
Is your accent different too?
Listen. I want you to stay very, very quiet. I'm going to go talk to the elf.
Rabbit season.
The name is
Yeah.
not Konak.
What is
What
your
is
name?
What is it?
Remember when I told you I was looking for people?
Yeah, you found one.
There is at least one, and I can tell you that where there is one, there sometimes is many, and these are not people
I'm
that
in a similar business. I get it. You do your thing. We'll be here.
and they fight. So this is why I said, do not mention my name.
Yeah.
If you need assistance, shout Okeechobee.
Listen, you are the last person.
I'm very good at
I don't know.
describing.
Last time you two fought together, you killed somebody.
Okeechobee is a pretty good word,
listen.
though.
For all we know,
Yeah, you guys
will
are
get the
scared.
gnomes to start attacking me as well. Just
Yeah, we can't have
And
that.
I'm
This
going-
is the whole
what do? Can I tell what he's drinking?
So what
Yeah,
is your
It looks like he has some sort of dark ale in a glass, and
They don't.
notably here, the one thing that really strikes you all is the amount of random bits of technology, including see-through glass. Whereas most steins and most glassware that you come across is made of wood or carved out of gourds or made of a non-see-through glass, here glasses are glasses as we know them to be
Yeah.
glasses, and that is a strikingly odd feature.
Yeah.
How full is his glass?
It looks maybe to the 2/3 to half range.
Let's look natural while kind of paying attention to him.
So I'm
Okay.
gonna walk
Don't
over
wanna
to the bar,
Have us all staring.
and I'm gonna ask the woman, what is the elf in the corner? What is he drinking?
There is a very rosy-cheeked Stain, maybe with some tears at one point. Her eyes are a little swollen and puffy. And what? I think he's drinking. I think he's drinking the Blood Oak Ale. I can get you some if you want.
Listen, the Busa has to take a deep breath. Everything is going to be perfectly fine.
You remind me of a 16-year-old retail girl that's just encountered a savage Karen.
Give my manager. Stop yelling.
Okay, we're back.
Whatever's happening right now, just takes a deep breath.
Okay.
Okay, together, one. We do it together. 1, 2. Let's breathe out. We're gonna do 3 more times. This time I'm not gonna talk into middle.
Not just like kids. They cry so hard.
Alright. Now how much is it for souvenir?
Blue ale is only. It's.
Listen, I'm going to give you 2 gold. I think that this will suffice.
Just one.
Just 1? Okay, so here's the 1 gold.
Thank you.
Gives the 1 gold.
I'll get you that. Right away. Right away. And she turns.
While he's doing that, we're sitting at the table. Gonif has never really drank before, so he just sticks a finger in it and like dips it and like tries it, and then he decides that he likes it, so he like opens up his beak and then just chugs it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's literally, you guys watch like there's like that, you know, like the seagull thing where
Yeah.
like they have a little
Yeah.
gullet, and like you watch it bulge for a second, and then it whoop, and just this massive belch. And some of the gnomes around you are like, ah, this is weird. Ah.
That was first time. Take it slow, little Guanapo.
You have your beers.
I'm gonna walk over.
You wanna
to
know
the
that?
table.
Don't do this.
You know, man.
Very
Kind of.
directly.
So I'm just
indirectly.
I'm gonna kind of go to the back of the bar where I'm not approaching him from the back. I don't want him to feel threatened.
He's got his back to the walls, so he's facing the open floor plan.
Alright. So he's facing the open.
Yeah, I mean, it looks
So,
very
yeah, so-
purposeful,
so-
like he doesn't
so
like
I'll
people
walk
coming up
over.
behind him.
I'll walk over so he can see me. I don't want it to seem like
Okay.
I'm approaching.
You, in a very non-threatening way, approach.
Ooh, wow, hello. This is very weird to see another elf. How are you?
I'm doing
Wow.
doing pretty fine myself. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. So, I just figured that I would come say hi. A lot of these gnome folks they think that we are some sort of attraction. At least that's how I feel when I enter the town. So it's nice to see somebody else.
Yes, well, perhaps you find ways to make yourself less conspicuous, and things will turn out alright. Why you cover yourself like that is ridiculous.
Well, but you come from the forest. You don't know. You don't necessarily want to be in the open.
Alright. Is there something in particular you needed, or
I'm just wondering, why are you passing through this town? Is there more? Is there
why are you
somewhere-
passing through this town?
I came to see the circus freaks.
Hmm.
I heard that there's a good circus. I heard that they were in town.
Some of them are very carefully capable. Be careful what you call freaks around here. But it's a good show. You go check it out.
Is there more elves in the town?
Sounds like from your accent, it's probably just me and you at this point.
From my accent, what is this supposed to mean?
Well, it's not every day you hear somebody speak with your tongue. In fact, I can fairly say that I've only heard it a few times in my life.
You've only heard this accent a few times in your life.
Each one an elf.
I don't believe so. But I appreciate your time. I just wanted to say hello.
Hmm. Hello. And goodbye.
And I'm gonna walk away.
He was not friendly to you at all.
Dear lordy.
Anything else, anyone?
Yes, we're gonna hatch a plan at the table in low tones.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up back to the bar, actually, to the girl who's sobbing.
She's kind of dotting her face and like. Yes. Can I help you?
So I know that you're flustered right now, but
Yeah.
have you know, it's like, how many elves have you seen around here? Is it just the ones that's in the corner, or has there been a few?
There's him, and well, he's not so bad. There was a couple weeks ago. There was a bigger group, and they were kind of mean, but you know,
Do you remember him being with them? Do you remember him did he stay
I don't
back?
particularly remember anyone at this point, to be honest. I'm still really new here, and I'm not very good at my job, and my manager hates me, and I'm just trying to do something right for once in my life, and this job is just so much, and it's way more than I bargained for, and I don't remember if he's here often or not, and I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. Everything is going to be better. Alright, take the deep breaths. You're going to get through. In the weeks, this will feel like, you'll forget all about this moment.
Okay. It's really nice for you to say that right now, and I appreciate it a lot.
Okay. You have a better day at work. Serves the beers, gets what is the special?
The special is, goo.
I'll take 3.
Yeah, when does my special come out? I want my special.
Your special is cooking. Oh, God.
Boo.
This would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is singing where fame comes from. Shoot, buddy, bop, buddy, bop, boo.
That is not singing.
Boo.
I know
Boo,
for a fact.
buddy, bop,
It's
boo,
not.
His
Go beat
what
bop,
was
boo,
the start
boo.
that making you?
This happens to be some type of illness.
I've heard
The
worse.
special is, it's a duck, that's cooked a certain way, and I'm not really sure how it is, but it's served over, couscous, and there's like a bra that goes with it, and, it's supposed to be really good.
I heard
Okay,
filet
this
mignon
sounds-
is on the menu too. This is
It
like
sounds
high
very
class,
good. I will
like,
ask my friends if
buffet.
anyone else wants any. Thank you so much.
You got no chicken
And
wings
so
or
I'm
french
gonna
fries?
walk back,
I mean,
and
you
I'm
can
gonna.
ask for them if you want.
I'm gonna walk back.
Does the Raven person
No,
really want
no,
chicken wings?
No, I was
Oh,
just thinking
yeah.
food. No, he doesn't.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk back, and I'm gonna go over to Fan, and I'm just gonna kind of tell him that I was met with aggression. It wasn't the easiest conversation.
Yeah. I'm
I
out
did.
of collard green in my hand, by the way. And I'm just gonna be chewing on
And
it.
Just
I'm just gonna tell him that.
flat teeth just grinding together.
Yeah.
It's not like he's not trying to
He's
keep
kind of
his mouth
spitting on me. I have a
closed.
little
Yeah.
bit of green on my
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
kind of wipe off my mask real quick because I can feel that he's spitting all over me. And I'm just gonna kind of explain that, it wasn't an easy conversation.
Or you.
He said that my accent was familiar, or that, pretty much that I asked him how many elves were with him, and he said only one because he didn't trust. There was no trust built between us, but there is no way for me to build trust.
Yeah. Are you? I'm gonna whisper this one to you.
Quantico's gonna lean in.
Are you trying to, off this guy?
I want to find where the whole group is.
Oh, we're
I
off in the group.
I
Do we
need
hear
the
this?
I need the individual, but if he
I'm
is.
trying to really whisper this.
Should
to
I
we
mean,
do
you're
it?
at like a circular
I know.
table,
Oh, I'm aware.
so I
If
feel like
you
it'd be really hard for you to miss it
Yeah.
if you were alive.
If you were really paying attention, go for it. But I'm not
uh,
saying it that quiet, but
Because I would like to find the whole group. He says that he's alone. I asked the bartender if she had seen as an elf. She says that she's only seen him. So I would like to get more information from him, but I feel as though I will have to reveal myself.
yeah, I
And
mean,
doing that could bring out the rest of them, which is what I want. But this is a fight. This is not.
Do you have any way of tracking him, or do you by chance have a way to maybe see an item that he has forever? If you wanted to recall where that item is, you would know where it is.
I think someone has something that they could potentially use, but does it cause that other person to know that they have it on them?
I'm just curious. I can go by.
My spell only works on living beings, people, not
Right.
objects.
So potentially.
Do you
You're
have to
looking for-
know? You just have to know
Wait,
of them,
no,
right?
No, I would have to be in range to
I was gonna
actually
send a paper
mentally
clear
link
bird,
with
but we don't
them.
get
I'd
it
have to
back.
force my way into their minds.
Yeah.
Would they
yeah.
know if it happened?
Oh yeah. I would have.
Good. Okay.
A lot.
Yeah, let's
so,
not
yeah,
do that.
not good,
That's
yes.
creepy and just.
If I had to quantify it, I'd say it'd be 4 objects of counting to 8.
I'm confused, but
DM, how many of them am I looking for?
There is, I mean, when you were with them,
Well, I have to get the ones.
no more than 12.
Is anybody
But I
else
have-
fucking confused?
It has to be all of them, right?
But, you know, I don't.
That's the
Technically
goal.
based on.
I'm just
Doesn't have to
sitting
be all at the
here.
same
I'm
time.
just sitting here.
No, not at the same time, but it has to be the 12
Not my business.
that I was traveling.
You would have made the 13th.
He didn't tell me.
Right,
Yes, I
he,
do.
he was one that I was
He didn't
traveling
tell me his
with. It's in the bar.
name. I don't
He's
know
one of
what's happening.
Yeah, we can talk more about this
Yeah,
later.
this is rather odd.
At a different place.
It's all about
But
the
I
Narnians.
don't want him to leave. I shouldn't say that. I want him to leave, but I don't want him to leave. 'Cause if he-
I can
I can put.
I can follow him tonight, and I will be back later if you like. And you will not know where I'm at. I can promise you,
She can turn you invisible.
if you would like.
As you guys are having this conversation, I would say Guanapo and Luca, you both notice that the elf that is currently being discussed has stood up, left gold and silver and a couple other coins, and
You turning
is
me invisible
departed.
now or what?
Yeah, I can do that.
Alright, do it now.
Well,
We want-
let's
Forever
go-
hold your peace.
let's
We
go to the-
want
let's
him
go to
to
the
step
bathroom.
around. He's
Let's
an
go to the
elephant.
bathroom.
Just do it.
Let's go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick. We're going to the
I
bathroom.
don't have time.
There's no
Walk out-
bathroom.
There's no
We're
bathroom.
gonna
Just
go
do it.
behind
Just
the
do
building.
it.
Nope,
Just
you're
do
gonna
it.
walk out the
Dude, you're
door.
a fucking big ass
I'm
elephant.
gonna turn into a lizard right there at the table. I'm going to drop
Some
to
of
the floor.
some of the gnomes are like,
Oh, fuck.
Is he
Okay.
out of view on the table
But
on the floor?
they like, yeah, he's
I'm
not
gonna
visible.
touch
Come,
real
come.
quick. Well, actually, I have to go with you. Never mind.
I have to touch you.
You're probably gonna be too.
It's fine.
I'll touch you.
Yeah, I'm a lizard now.
You guys like
so-
all look at
How
the
long does
ground,
that spell last?
and there's like this gecko-y
It lasts
green lizard
for
just
1 hour.
I'm good. And I will take off after the gent.
Yeah. It's a bit of a run
Right.
to keep up with him with the, trying to blend in and
Yeah.
not getting stepped on. He departs and he starts making his way south through the town as well. Makes a couple stops, trades a couple packages or coins, buys a couple things.
Yeah,
Looks
I'll
like
stay
normal.
outside every time he goes in
Yeah.
somewhere. I just want to.
I mean, most of these are more of a stall type. Even like
Okay.
even like the street, it's like a street side service. Like the goods are in the back. There's a counter.
Yeah.
You buy your goods. You leave. There's like awnings that kind of overhang. And there are some pretty interesting markets here. There's a fish market, which is strange because, to the best of your knowledge, there's no ocean nearby. There is
We're not towards the big sea.
all sorts of food. There are
Yeah.
some people that are trying to peddle, reused items. Some people that are targeting travelers. Some people that are targeting adventurers. There does not appear to be anything that is magical or arcana based here. You make your way as he just kind of flits about from place to place. There is as he reaches towards the end of town, there's a slightly larger building that's made of simple wood. It doesn't have any stone foundations. It looks very old and very, almost like if you built a house out of driftwood. You watch as he enters. He pulls out a ring of keys, opens one of the doors, and walks inside. And you hear, as he closes the door, the lock kind of slams shut with it. And yeah, I mean, you're pretty much at the southern end of town. The carnival is maybe
And
300
this is
feet
a
away from
building?
you. It's a very small shack,
Shack.
if you will.
Okay. What
Maybe
I'm gonna
it's probably 2 stories. It's
I'm
kind
gonna
of-
do a circle around, see how many windows and doors there are, how many exits.
Okay.
For one.
It looks like this is the primary entrance.
Okay.
There may, like, looking at it, there's like these small, like, coupe style
Yeah.
doors that might be used for an animal, or maybe, I mean, it'd be a big animal, but there are 2 windows on the ground floor, 1 on the second floor.
Okay. I'm gonna just kind of perch myself up in a somewhere by the front door, but like up in a raft or something, like in the wood, where I'm just kind of sitting there watching the front door.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I'm
easy enough.
gonna. I got 6 hours worth of this
Yeah,
basically, so I don't
skitter
know how
up.
long I'm gonna sit there
You're
yet.
probably about an hour into it at this
but,
point.
okay. I got 2
Um,
more on the first one, then I got
yeah.
another 3.
You post up. There is like a beam, a centerline beam that sticks out.
Yep.
And you manage to kind of like hide yourself in a nook enough that you don't feel like a bird's gonna try and eat you,
Yeah.
and at the same time
True.
keep a good eye on the front door. What are the rest of you doing?
We're hatching a plan. So I say that we act like we want to join the circus.
What mission are we pursuing right now?
Well, the carnies, they're the ones who are potentially bringing out the drugs.
Right, but our party seems to be divided on its current goals.
Right. Good point. Is this taking priority?
No, not right now. I just want to see if there are more. If he is the only elf in town, I do not have a problem talking to him and exposing who I actually am. But if he is not alone, we will have to fight a band of 11 mercenaries or less.
Right.
So this is
11 mercenaries.
no,
Right.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
11s that you don't know of, ones that you saw. I would be the 13th of the group if I was with them.
Got it.
Personally, I would rather deal with this threat before trying some other mission and possibly being surprised.
Good point. So I think priority-wise, Mertz,
I don't want to kill him if he's alone. I want to ask him where the other ones are.
Well, there's more than
are we talking about a torture strategy of some sort?
No. So,
All right.
to them I am dead.
Oh wow.
We shall follow your lead then. We're just gonna chill at this tavern then.
Great. Yeah,
Drink
drinks keep
and
coming. The girl that you had spoken to seems to find some sort of resolve, and she smiles very deeply at you. She has jet black hair and these big blue eyes.
I don't want to get down with you, man.
It's not in the sense of like she wants to bang. That's not what you're doing. Let me make
Usually
that clear.
that's where you go with all this.
She's smiling in a very friendly and warm, like she's looking to you for support and friendship, and like you're probably the only person who's been nice to her in the last like day. And so as you guys drink, she like walks by, and you'll catch her looking in your direction. She doesn't catch your eye because you're wearing goggles, but you catch her looking at you, and every now and then you'll be like, wave. And she waves like excitedly, and like takes a big breath and goes back to what she's doing.
Is she pretty young?
She looks very young, especially for even gnomes. Like she looks.
Is she a gnome?
They're all gnomes.
How
Everybody
tall
that
is
works there. She's probably only in the 2.5 foot range at this point.
Itty
Itty fucking
dear.
bitty.
Dude,
That
Like,
said, the
she-
kobold that was yelling at her is only 3 to 3.5 feet
I
tall
didn't know
as well.
kobolds were that small.
Kobolds are tiny. They're very small.
do we
There's
know?
one right now.
There's a gnome that is sawing logs in the
Do
corner
we
drunk
know
at
if
the
there's a
table.
predominant drug problem in this town?
Yes.
Make
Well,
a history
no.
check for me.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like we've come across anyone.
They're thriving because of said drugs.
I was gonna ask, is there
It's
anyone
gonna
in
be
the
like
bar who
it's
looks
like a 4.
suspicious?
It's like a 4 or 5.
We can
so I'm not
check
gonna
it.
remember.
Not there to stop him.
There's a
You
weed
know
farm
that this is
in
where-
farming community.
Where Lucas said the drugs are coming from. But thus far, seems like a really decent place actually. 10. As you scratch your neck thinking about this drug, you glance around the bar and nobody really catches your eye as somebody who might be holding.
You try to sniff it out? What the fuck are you doing? You're not getting it, if that's what you're
Listen,
thinking.
you don't need it. The carnival. What do you need from them anyways? It's not right. You shouldn't. And you know you shouldn't. Stay away from that tent. No good comes from it. I only want what's for your betterment. Trust me.
You alright? You good? Okay.
Lovely.
The fuck is happening?
Yeah.
What?
Do I have cards? I'm gonna place. I should have some cards.
Yeah, you start whipping out cards.
Yeah,
Don't
just
steal it.
Anyone wanna play some poker?
Anybody have anything they want to do at this point?
I feel content. I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Your afternoon wears on. People in and out. You guys are kind of a motley crew. it's like a meatloaf of, you know, just Guns and Roses all over the place at your table.
Wow. Stupid. Any more?
Any Twisted Sisters?
You know, there's every now and then you look around and you see a Twisted Sister. You know, the one thing you don't see is the police. But aside from that,
Stupid.
I'm sorry. I ran out of words to say, and I was like, just vomit, just say something.
Just keep saying band names.
You guys enjoy your afternoon as people come in and out of the bar. You wait patiently for Fan's return. Fan.
What time is it, by the way?
It is getting into later hours. It's getting dark.
Okay.
And as you watch it's boring. It's very boring being a lizard. You're sitting there upside down, stuck to this wooden plank, trying to hide from one of the crows that you've seen flying around earlier. And you're just like trying to hug up to it as close as you can, and you're watching like it's very confusing and it's totally backwards from what you're used to. You can see like pink, and then there's like some ambery yellows, and then it's getting into like the blues, and over there it's kind of purple, and like, oh my god, people here just never seem to sleep. Like, what the fuck am I? This is fucking terrible. And you tilt your head down just in time to catch this shimmer of, it's like looking through a heat wave of probably about 3 feet all the way around, and it just kind of moves away from the building that you're in front of. At this point, you probably only have about 2 hours left, at most.
On the second one, then.
On the second one.
So the door open?
Yeah, the door. Yeah,
you didn't hear the door open.
Can I follow it?
Yeah, dropping down. Are you just gonna fall from where you're at, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of scurry on down and like keep an eye on it and kind
Make
of
a
follow
perception
it from
check for me.
behind. That could have been bad. 23.
23. There are no footprints, but that doesn't stop dirt from being disturbed. And it's the dirt that really catches your eye about this. As you start chasing it, following these little, where there is no footprint, there is still something stirring up the ground.
Yeah.
Every now and then you catch this shimmer. Following it for another 30 minutes, you end up outside the boundaries of the town.
South side?
Southeastern. Heading back the direction pretty much where you came. So if you came in from the east, heading west, you had walked into town, and then you would be circling back around, almost like you're going back to the road.
Yeah.
Trees in the distance, but the area that you're in is mostly like a prairie, more than anything. The grass, swishing very gently. There's not much of a breeze, but you can hear over everything else the crunching of grass blades underneath the weight of an invisible force. It's not long before that sound goes silent, and you hear a pause. Did you bring the goons? Why do you say it like that? If anyone were listening to us, they wouldn't know. That's like espionage number one. You don't say stupid shit. I am not Eagle. You are not Panda. Just give me the fucking package. Same time tomorrow. Don't fucking say it. Just go. Good night.
Do I see the other pair of footsteps by chance? Like, or do I only see the ones that I saw?
Make a, so you're in grass that for you would be really tall.
Yeah.
Like, it's 2 feet.
Yeah, like I would assume
You
I'm
are
do this off of almost like
listening
and
strictly.
like, and almost like feel, but yeah.
Make a perception check at disadvantage.
Okay.
Does he recognize what was the accent?
Important choices. Both
It's
are
very
bad.
hushed, very
7.
whispered. As there is a burst of wind as you're trying to focus. There's this burst of wind that causes you to lose focus for a moment, and it's this howling gust over the top that it's for you is incredibly loud. And listening to the grass blades and the heads of these cattails as they rub together creates this overwhelming wall of sound that you cannot perceive anything through. A few minutes go by, and you wait. You're pretty sure you're alone.
Okay, I'm gonna make it. I got about an hour left. I'm gonna make it back into the town. Go into that tavern.
Make a Constitution saving throw for me, Guanapo.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
First time drinking.
Did I say I had any more drinks?
I mean, you did have one at least.
And the Boontosh would have been
It's
trying to get him
mead.
sloshed.
Yeah, I'm gonna start making
What
my
would
way.
what would Guanapo do? WWGD.
Ha, 19.
You have been putting them back, and while you are drunk, you are still capable and feel all of your senses about you, and looking like, wow, for somebody who's drinking their first time, you sure are having some goddamn good luck. A little uneasy, but you're doing great. You squawk every now and then. Somebody's singing in the background. You kind of pitch in with what you can. You whistling. You guys are all enjoying Guanapo's composed but flamboyant version of himself. As you've been steadily feeding him drinks over the last 2-3 hours. As you are sitting there minding your own, how are you? Are you just poofing?
No, my goal is to, before I even get kind of back to the border of town, find a nice little spot that I can hide and change into an elf as best I can behind trees, before I make it into the town,
Okay.
and then walk into town as Fane.
There's no obvious trees or
Right.
grotto of protection. There's a small barn, and looking around, it doesn't look like anybody's behind you, and the bulk of the city's that way. So
And I will have waited like 30 minutes, so
Okay.
I'm like,
give it some time.
yeah, I don't want to do this immediately.
You wait for a moment, and you are your elephantine self.
Yep. I will jollily walk back to the tavern through the gnomes.
The soft amber light of the streetlights that all hang out in front of each of these little shops gives a very pleasant glow to an otherwise dark region. And as you enter the city, you notice there's almost no pollution of any kind. This is a very clean environment. There's not trash on the streets. The clouds, there's occasionally a small puffy cloud that is a bright contrast up against the otherwise navy black sky. The moon is almost entirely full as you stroll your way down the street. It's still busy. People are still shopping. People are still haggling. People are still talking. The thing that probably catches your eye the most as you start looking around is there is a small stream of people headed towards the larger tent.
South side of town?
South side of town.
Okay.
As you see, there are a couple people who are closing shop. The majority of them stay open, and you're having to kind of wait for moments for the crowds to part in
Yeah.
some places.
I would like to actually ask someone walking by, like, just curious what's going on over there at the tent.
Hey, have you never been to Hagen?
No, this is my first time.
Leonin Circus, his troupe, they're trying to make it their home station, like instead of having to travel, people come here.
I've heard that they travel. I have yet to see a show. Is it good?
Oh, it's fabulous. They're some of the most spectacular. I've seen them 3 times already. 3 times, and I'm still not bored of it.
3 times.
It's
That seems
fabulous.
rather. What word would I use?
Excessive. I understand.
Addicting?
No, it's no.
no?
I mean, how many times have you watched a hot babe swallow a sword entirely whole? I mean, your imagination goes
True.
wild. I wouldn't give to spend the night with that woman. But I tell you that there's so much more to it. There's just something so You just have to see it for yourself. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. Good food and drink, or
No, bring your own. It's totally acceptable.
Oh, okay, that's dope. Right on. Thanks, man. I'll check it
Absolutely.
out.
I hope to see you there.
Yeah. You too.
Darwin's
man.
the
Yeah,
name.
my name's Frank.
As you shake his hand, his
Yeah.
whole body's
Way
like
down.
violently
I'm
shaking.
gonna like
You can give a finger.
pinky, yeah.
Just the pinky.
His little
Uh,
pinky.
Yeah, and he grabs it, and it's a very hearty shake,
Yeah.
and just starts walking
Yeah,
back
good.
towards his
Randomly
intended
good
destination.
people here. I'm gonna go grab a drink, I guess.
You walk into the bar. Your friends are starting to get on the slosh side.
When Guanaco sees you walk in, he's gonna hiccup and point at you and go,
Oh, Guanapo! Getting a little drunk. I love it. Love it. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Any updates on your mission?
Yeah. I don't know, yo.
Yo.
Your guy. Couple things. They can turn invisible.
Who's they?
"Sit the chair."
And I'm pretty sure
Oh
I
yeah.
watched him.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure I
Yeah.
watched him.
I can actually
Far on.
ventriloquist
drugs
fart
for somebody.
with my ass.
I just couldn't see. It was all invisible. I followed them out to the south side of town. Met up with
Got
somebody.
her.
They went back.
What?
I was probably about an
Yeah,
hour.
we
Oh,
don't
she
know.
just heard it.
Every now and then I try to say something to make her laugh.
Did you do anything?
She's not on
for,
screen, so who's
Moses?
this mysterious laughing voice?
He went and bought a couple things in town, nothing crazy. Hung out at his house for like 2.5, 3 hours.
The item is probably magical that he's using, or he can turn himself invisible.
Yeah, they definitely have some magic on their side. And whoever he's dealing with, same with them. I didn't even get an eye on who it was, but he was also invisible.
Would I know?
I've recognized the voice if I heard it.
Would I know? Is it something that we would normally do? Drug trading. Is that
Everybody
is
had
that
a
unusual?
different skill set, and your compatriots wouldn't often turn down opportunities.
Anything else?
So yeah, so I
Yeah,
don't.
there's a circus going on, but I think we should go not drunk.
Circus.
Let's go see a circus.
I think drunk is the perfect time to see a
I
circus.
think that if there's
Yeah,
a
let's
town
go see a
people,
circus.
Yeah,
we're probably okay, but we need to keep our mouth shut.
yeah. Let's all
I'm
be
gonna strictly look
safe.
at Nabuntosh.
Everybody, just keep an
There-
eye on
there will be no harassing of the old ladies
on
at the
Booney.
carnival.
old Booney over
Uh,
here. Let's just keep an eye on him.
But I do not. But what I think we should do is corner the elf. But we should go to the house, knock on the door. I am not going to be the one who cases the people. And then tomorrow, when he's in his house alone, I shall unveil myself and tell him who I am.
Yeah.
Tonight is not the night to do that.
I will say that if it takes a couple nights to figure out exactly what he is doing and with whom, we wait. You know, be a little strategic about this. We can put our other goal on the back burner for a little while at least, not long.
Well, we can go to the circus tonight. I think that would be a good thing, just to see who is at the circus.
Yeah, let's go.
A lot of fun people.
Yeah.
We're going to the circus. We have popcorn.
I'm
Well,
down
yeah,
for a little
yeah.
circus time, I guess.
Circus.
You're very good shit, dude.
We're in the circus.
To the circus.
Actually, we probably shouldn't eat any food or anything while we're there.
You guys.
Yeah, they said
head out.
BYOB indeed.
I'm just saying someone could, put something
yeah.
in a drink or food.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, I talked to
Yeah,
a gnome. He
I
said that
agree.
it's actually the food is very. You should bring your own.
Cool.
Me to go.
On the way to the circus where you saw the tent,
They start whipping together
point at the shops.
these very
Oh, okay.
fresh looking pineapple husks that have been carved out. And you've seen some fruitier drinks going out with hard alcohol. But they hand you these kind of soft, squishy rinds of the pineapple. For you, they hand you a watermelon that's been bored on one side.
Yummy.
And they
Drinks
just
to go.
they give you each one
My turn for the round. How much?
6 gold. for the road sodies.
What fruit do I get?
Everybody gets a pineapple except him. You got a watermelon.
I want that.
I'd share
I
with you.
want that.
We can
Way too
share.
big for you.
You see the girl still wringing her hands like,
Yeah, can I get
It
one
was
more
an-
watermelon?
oh, okay.
Yeah,
absolutely.
don't. The pineapple's great too. Everything's
sure?
great.
I
Yeah.
don't wanna-
No. Don't even start. It was all good.
I'm sorry.
was
I'm
good.
sorry.
You're so amazing. Your
Yeah.
service has been
Watermelon.
I want
Watermelon.
impeccable.
I will be right
I
back
just
with your
want the
watermelon.
fruit.
Just the fruit though. No drink. Just the fruit.
Oh. Okay.
So when you bore it out, just actually leave a little mush in there. You know, like bore it and then like put it all back in, and then just give it to me. Yeah.
I'm gonna give her 2 gold. Keep this for your tip, please.
Thank you so much. And you see she walks away. At this point, she seems to be the only one
Yeah.
in the
You're
bar that's working.
doing great, little lady.
You guys are like the last patrons.
What time is it?
It is getting. The sun has been set for several minutes, possibly to an hour. It's dark. It's very dark. It's nighttime. I'm gonna say, until somebody takes keen mind, I won't give you an hour. Just gonna throw it out there.
What?
I won't give you an hour until somebody takes
Yeah.
the keen
You
mind.
won't
feat.
give us like the time until
It's been dark for a while.
Oh, okay.
because we don't really know.
I'm
You
observant.
guys don't have watches.
fine.
What class
Um,
is Keen Mind? What is?
Anyway,
No,
it's a
it's a
feat. When you get your ability score improvement at different levels, because you guys are all different fucking classes, you can take a feat or you can get an ability score improvement. It's something. The watermelon is returned to you. It is whole. There are no holes bored in it. And she just kind of
Wait, I get
Toss
a
it down.
whole.
it's a sizable watermelon.
Yeah.
It's not the biggest one you've ever seen.
I asked
but-
her to cut it and then kind of bore it and then
I'm so sorry. I will take it.
and then put. We want
Done.
this.
No,
Okay,
I
just
just-
great
I hold
job.
It, I hold it
okay.
like a baby, and I just
Cool.
kind of, start pecking at it and trying.
Yeah, you can get dirty. You guys make your way.
Sure, you
All
need the top.
right, give me a reload for this one. This one's a necessity. You guys make your way through Hagen, and as you take a different route.
Drunkenly to a.
Yeah, you guys are kind of, it's kind of stumbling. There's some laughter. There's some strange noises. The smell of food is overwhelming. As you pass, as you guys start passing down this like main street, going towards the carnival, which is based at the end of this street, about 300 feet away from the town. The smells are incredible. There is this deep onion and garlic smell, and you can see there are some vendors that are, whatever they're making is steaming, and there's
turkey
loud
legs?
sounds. There's a turkey leg
I want
stand.
one.
I give
Ooh,
you
actually,
stink
I
eye.
changed my mind. Never mind.
I'll buy you one.
You
I give you stink
Let's do
eye.
it together.
guys,
So
there
you
are
think every
hams,
pizza food-
there are, glazed meats, there's a jerky vendor, there's all sorts of food at this
Roasted
point.
nuts.
Roasted
Mhm.
nuts,
I want
you
some
know,
roasted nuts.
it is,
You're a
it
roasted
seems to be
nut.
that food is like the culture here. This is like where people come to eat damn good food.
I want to
it's like
sneak
the
away.
Renaissance
Um,
Festival.
It is like the Renaissance
Ah,
Festival.
they
There's
do
a
best
pho,
shrimp.
there's a
Oh,
pho
yes,
stand,
yes,
there's like
yes.
noodle
Yes,
soups.
Yes,
Um,
right.
I just want to shy away.
Okay,
Just try and I want to get a turkey leg.
5 silver.
Do I notice?
Bam.
Make a stealth check, make a perception check.
How in the world do they not have corn?
Corn just seems to be out.
That's
You can-
ridiculous.
There is all sorts of foods, and like as you're walking, your stomachs each kind of like
That one, he
grumble.
got lucky.
Oh,
Nice.
He got lucky.
Yes.
You don't notice. You are distracted by as you try to like drink parts of your watermelon. You're like swinging the watermelon around with you, and it takes away from your ability to notice.
Do they have like little toys or something? Or?
There's some,
Like
here
click
gimmicky stuffs like there's
Those toys with the balls at the end and you go.
yeah, there's actually a guy with the the one that's on the string and it goes in the cup.
Yeah.
He's got one of
one
those.
of
There's some
those?
people with fans.
Oh, what
I
about
want
the
a fan.
with the spinning balls?
The fucking the shitty long thing.
I want Give me one.
It is very
Disney
energetic,
World with,
and
like,
there's a
spinning
very
things.
warm nature to this. There's fucking paddle ball things, the little ding, 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 ding. You know, it's very.
Is there ball in a cup?
There's ball in a cup. That's what we just said.
He just said
Oh.
that.
Yeah, there's ball in a cup.
Damn.
You want ball in a cup?
No, not anymore.
User.
I
Okay.
want to get a ball in the
Perfectly
cup.
normal.
Yeah, no,
I want a ball
it
in
is
the cup.
fucking good,
You
man.
guys are missing
Ball
out.
in a cup's gonna be 5 copper.
I give it to Guanapo.
Guanapo, you now have ball in a cup, and it distracts you as you hold with one hand your watermelon, and you're trying to get the other thing. You fail to notice that Nabuntosh is eating a turkey leg behind you.
Luca, I would like to point
Probably a
out
good thing.
that unfortunately, I am not high from eating this delicious turkey leg.
Do I hear him say that?
He's not saying it quietly. Saying it
The
to
food
her.
is
who's
fine.
put it
It's
away.
delicious.
Yeah, but you probably shouldn't be eating a poultry of
You
some
guys,
sort
as you
around
start
a
wandering
vulture.
continuously, you can see there's
Around
a small
Falls
fireworks stand.
I've
And
eaten meat my whole life.
There's this really interesting tube. This guy has these like tubes,
Same.
fireworks.
Same.
There's a guy who has an interesting tube that when you shake it, it lights up for a couple seconds and then dies down. And shakes it again, it lights up and dies down. There's somebody who's throwing these nifty, lightweight. Seems like some sort of foam, but not quite because it follows. It's a ball, and he tosses it into the air, and he waits patiently as it lands softly in his hand, and then he takes it and throws it behind his back, and you watch it. And as it's falling, he catches it with his foot and throws another one, and you're just watching as this menagerie of fun and exciting and childish wonder, games, food, entertainment,
Yeah.
as you walk down this.
I would like
It
to.
seems really long at this point, but
We should get our fortunes told afterwards.
I want to buy some fireworks.
okay.
Other hand,
How does this go?
players.
What are we talking?
Yeah.
He's got wizards, and he's got poppers, and he's got some that are more
Like a little bottle rocket type.
yeah, it's nothing that looks to be particularly powerful. It's all very equipped for small children. But
Okay. Yeah.
there are some kids that are tugging at their parents who. It's hard to tell who's who
Roman
in this
candles
relationship,
by
but
chance?
yeah, Roman candles, sparklers.
Can I get 4 Roman candles and 4 bottle rockets?
4 Roman candles, 4 bottle rockets. That'll cost you
Mike's
1
like,
silver.
What the fuck is happening?
The turkey leg cost me 5 silver.
It's fucking good.
Okay.
My favorite part of the
The
joke,
marinade.
you're gonna stand there owning the fireworks in and tell me you don't have
I
whistling
was just
bone
talking about
holes,
that.
no swing splitters, whacker biscuits, honky lighter, Husker dudes,
You
Husker
looked it
donuts,
up.
Jerry,
You literally looked it
Jerry
up.
Bombs, Nipsey Dazers, or what about them scooter? What about with or without the scooter stick?
Line.
Or
Line.
one
With or
single
without the
whistling
scooter
kitty
stick.
chaser?
I love that movie. That was one of my favorite things.
Don't church it up.
Classic.
I got
Classic
some
movie.
poo on me.
I got the poo on me. I got the poo.
Because he's the best guy ever.
He is. He's
That's
hilarious.
wonderful.
He's Instagram story.
You guys make it through, and as you're kind of walking out, each of you has like some sort of something, some sort of memento. Even with your very stoic presence in the world, you can't help but smile.
That we can't see.
Can we tell he's smiling?
No. Very well.
He's just like,
His demeanor doesn't change, but it cracks.
You can see my mask lift up a little bit. Like
Just a
you've never
little,
seen
just a
before.
small shift of like.
your mask
Have
is
you guys?
slightly
Have
higher.
you guys have seen The Boys? Have you seen The Boys?
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, they haven't.
I haven't.
You need to.
Black
All of you
Noir.
like it.
Yeah.
But he talks.
But it talks right. Okay.
Dude,
wanna sit
I
up front.
just finished all
Did
of
you
like
catch
the
up?
current.
Oh,
I'm all caught up.
The whale scene.
Dude,
What
wow.
are you talking
But my
about?
favorite was Black Noir when he walks up and he has this like folded piece of paper,
The boy.
and I'm just like,
Butcher.
the fucking dude. The way he wrote that, Black Noir is easily my favorite character, and he has no lines. He does nothing. He's just great.
He is good. Yeah. And that
Watch it. If you guys haven't watched The Boys
Yeah.
on Amazon Prime, check it out. But before you do, make sure you like, subscribe, and do something else. I don't know what the fuck to say to that.
But
This channel
yeah.
before you leave.
Follow.
I want us to sit up front.
Okay. You enter, and the stream of people dies as you leave the city. It seems like whoever wants to be over there wants to be over there. whoever wants to be at the carnival may already be inside. And as you enter, you can hear this booming voice. And standing in the middle of the arena with this like spotlight on him is a purple cloaked lion person, a leonin. He has this dark brown streak through his hair. Looks incredibly handsome and debonair.
Wait, this is a purple cloaked lion?
Lion person. It's a leonin. It's an
okay.
elephant person, bipedal,
But a lion.
standing, fingers and thumbs.
Okay. Is this different from Lennon the leopard?
No,
Wasn't expecting that.
Similar.
not. I mean,
Similar, but a lion.
Lennon the leper.
Is he? I mean, when Lucas said Lennon the leopard, was he talking about a?
I'm not sure if you've actually been drinking at this point or.
No. I mean, because Lucas said Lennon the leopard, so is Lennon a race then, not a name?
Leonin. Leonin is a race.
Leonin. Okay, so this is different.
Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe.
You walk in, and he's in the middle of a speech.
Get it? There it is. Oh, nope, we lost a little
The
bit.
Snake Wars
Oh, there we go.
have ravished this land, but you haven't seen anything until you've seen our show. So sit back and relax. Let us take you on a ride as we begin the show. And the light goes out.
Do I recognize the voice? Might ask that a lot.
It's okay.
You see my
Coming
sword?
There
yeah,
is-
exactly.
There is a
Don't-
pause,
you
and
see
you guys
this?
managed to find seats. You're not in the front row. You're about 5 rows back, and there are some people here, but there's not a lot. But in order for you guys to sit together, you have to sit about 5 rows back on the left side. The lights come back on with this like sudden intensity. There's no zoof of spotlights because they don't have electricity, so it's more of just this, whoosh, and the lights are on. And standing in the middle of the arena floor, there is a singular purple-skinned elf with blue hair that fades into a nice silver ombre. And she stands composed carefully as she draws around her a sword. She makes a complete circle, runs her hand across the blade, snaps her fingers, and it lights on fire. And she points it up and back down. And she, over the course of several seconds, manages to swallow the entire thing. She does not seem disturbed. She does not seem bothered. She withdraws the sword, and you hear this whipping crack sound. Another light comes on. And in the far corner is this feral-looking human. She draws the sword underneath her arm, and as she pulls it back, it becomes a whip. And she snaps it again. As there's something going on here. Maybe some sort of music, maybe some sort of sound effect system. You're not really sure. But the whip snap is louder than it should be. As the human skitters across the ground, you see she snaps at his left foot, and he moves direction. Snaps at his right foot, moves directions. Snaps right in between his feet, and he stands upright. And then falls back down. The crowd claps gently. There's this dance that they do. This fun little, exciting relationship. As the human does feats of impossible nature, doing these spinning flips, or sometimes bending his body backwards in ways that no humanoid should be able to. This goes on for several minutes before the lights fade again. The human is gone. Only the elf. She takes a deep bow. People clap again. And she disappears. The next thing you see is the Leonin in his purple draped clothes. May I have your attention? Be amazed. Be controlled. if you will. Who among you has wondered what your futures may hold? We have some. Many of us have wished to know, but I tell you here and I tell you now, we have the means. And as he draws his arm back, another light appears, and there's this very pale, soft, egg-shaped vessel about 5 feet, 10 feet away from him. I tell you here and I tell you now, time travel is possible. I can send you there. Do I have a volunteer? We have a volunteer.
Oh my gosh.
Anyone. And his eyes rest on you. Step forward, my friend. Step forward. Here, and you see as he draws out from his sleeve.
As you step forward, I'd like to just tap him on the shoulder and just kind of rub his shoulder really deep and just mutter some words under my breath that he's not going to hear, and you now have resistance.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
What does resistance do again?
He just gets to have a D4 on saving throws.
Okay. You see he produces a vial from his sleeve. My friend, time travel is a fickle thing, a dangerous thing. Imbibe this potion, and you will survive. Do not. I can't imagine what horrors await you. I tell you it's safe. I've done it so many times.
Can you take a sip first?
I certainly can. And you see, there's another vial. And he,
No.
a clever one.
No.
A clever one. You hold this one then, and I will hold this.
This is still the lion guy?
Still the line guy.
Okay.
To your future. And he, tink.
Did you drink from this? I
Yeah,
didn't actually.
you saw him. It hit his lips, and like some of it is missing.
Okay.
Not like a huge amount,
Oh,
but he,
now you're worried.
and he,
I'm not a fool.
you watch as he tips his head back.
Shit.
Ah,
I doubt it.
it is horrible. And you see he kind of like.
I think I'd rather.
It never
drink
gets
that.
easier, but it always gets more fun. And you see as he stuffs it back into his sleeve, you see the egg door open, and there's a small leather, roughly, seating arrangement. You want to step inside, or?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. As you sit down, he... Now, my friend, whatever you see, whatever you feel, remember it. Cherish it.
I'll do my
This
best.
is another life. And a greater chance at glory for everyone. And he kind of helps you organize yourself, and he puts this small dome-like cap on.
We're about to watch our friend die.
This is for your safety, as much as it is for our ability. Your safety. The egg door closes, and you watch as it. Yeah, he's super excited, and people are clapping and like, yeah! And you hear Dallin is not far away from you, and you hear him go, I did this, I did this, I did this, I'm so excited for it, I did this.
Is that
That was the gnome I
That was
met.
the gnome you met.
Okay.
The egg
I'll know
closes,
that.
and it starts to, from the outside, rotate. And you hear this building energy, this... It starts out as low frequency, and it builds into this bright blue light that seems to... I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
With a +4 or a D4.
With the that's a nat 20.
Nat
Oh,
20.
nice.
What
With
is
a D4.
what is your modifier?
23 for what?
What's your total?
It's 23, and then it was a wisdom throw.
Mm-hmm.
25 total.
With a nat 20.
Okay. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Son of a bitch. You still get the
Do I get the D4?
D4, yeah.
Mhm.
The time thing, it's not it.
It's not like a bardic inspiration.
15.
Um.
Yeah, it's only.
Oh no! I know I didn't delete these.
What have you done?
He deleted what he was going to tell you.
Ah, I see. Got it. Okay. Your eyes close, and you feel this presence of energy, this swirling. It's almost nauseating as you try to reach out, you grasp, and you can feel the walls sliding underneath your hands. And you open them, and you're in a city. And
Do I recognize
What
this?
on our end?
Do I recognize the city?
the egg is still whirring on your guys' end.
Do I recognize the city?
You don't recognize this city, but somebody comes up to you and greets you as an old friend would. And you start to realize you have this whole life, you have this whole experience. And you spend
Yes, that's
Right,
exactly what I
yeah.
was thinking.
20 years
Holy
in this city. And you start to forget about the friends of the past and of the people that you knew and the life that you had. And
Do I forget?
you meet a wife, but it's 20 years and it's almost like a distant memory.
Do I forget?
They're there. They're present. They talk to you. They greet you. You learn to live. You learn to cohabitate. You become part of the Henderson Expeditionary League.
Henderson Expeditionary.
You set out on epic voyages, gathering forgotten realms, gathering forgotten relics, traversing unknown spaces, and mapping out territories, and expanding the known world, all the while collecting famous riches. And the last thing that you remember as you sit down in your very familiar, very comfortable smoking chair, you say to yourself, Ramare Ebius. And you close your eyes.
Ramare Ebi.
Per,
Per.
P-E-R, space Mare, space Ebrius, E-B-R-I-U-S.
Does he remember us, or is he in literally just a whole new land?
And you feel this pull as you close your eyes on this in this chair. You feel this pull from the center of your chest, and it hurts. And you brace yourself, trying to make sure everything's okay. And you open your eyes, and you can hear this. You guys watch as the egg comes to a stop. The door opens, and you look. It's 20 years ago. You've been in this egg for 20... That's not possible. You had a life. You had a
Where's my
family.
wife?
Friend.
Huh?
An experience
Who
like
are
no
you?
other. Come with me.
Ah.
And he takes your hand. You guys look as he steps out. Nabuntosh is 20 years older. There are deep creases in his face.
He looks
He
older.
looks older. He is slightly taller. He has a long beard that has some grays in it. He is no longer the young man that you knew him to be.
Does he remember us?
He remembers you. It's overwhelming. There's this life that you had, and this life that you're in.
So the life that he had, he's lost, but he remembers 20 years of it.
Was
You are
that?
now 20 years older.
Holy shit. Was
So
that
I
real?
belong here.
Oh.
Yeah, shit. Ooh, 40 something, fuck that shit.
What? Where
So
was
you go to
I?
a carnival, get years taken off your life. That sucks.
Tell us,
He
friend,
volunteered.
what did you see?
So much. Do I remember this clearly? Like all
It is-
everything?
Like, it's culture shock and it's unnerving because you're having a hard time differentiating between that life and this life. Because this is so clear.
But can I recall names?
You can remember
and
everything.
everything
People,
done?
friends, places you've been, sites, relics, dig sites,
you have
fucking
kids?
cities that were established. No kids. You
I
remember
don't
your
like
wife.
kids.
You remember dealing even your counterparts seem to corroborate what you're feeling.
I have no idea what the hell just happened, but I feel like my voice should be a little deeper now.
Wow.
It is.
Will he stay like that forever?
Say like
Unless
what? What
you
are you
know-
talking about?
Any methods of reversing aging, however,
What?
life experience cannot be taken away. You, my friend, have been blessed by the gods. Take your energies, take your experiences, and go out into the world and do better. Do more. Promise me this.
40 something now. Don't fucking
Is it a
can't
deal?
drive with him.
It's just
Is
fuck you
what a
for
deal.
show, bud.
That you'll do your best. See here, who here has traveled to the beyond, to the forward? And you see there are a couple people that raise their hand, namely Dallin.
Please put some makeup on before you fuck him. the
help me out here.
Dallin?
Nope,
Leanin'?
Dolly.
nope, not named.
Elvish Woolen.
What are you doing here? We do it when we go to Ren Fair.
Oh,
We
mocking.
heckle.
Heckle.
The heckle
Oh.
comes across his ears, and you see this slight. I
I
tell you, friends, it's real, and it's here, and you, or you, or you can change the world with what you see. Bring back the technologies, bring back the experiences, and make today a better day. As he goes into darkness.
Am I dressed differently?
You are still wearing your clothes.
Do they look 20 years older?
You look
The
20
clothes?
years
No, the
older.
No, the clothes.
Oh, no.
How's this?
When you had
Oh,
arrived
old
in your
maggot.
headspace, you had changed, and when you'd been drawn back, still in your clothes. Clothes from 20 years ago. It seems like only your body has aged. And you have these memories, this elaborate map. You were a successful businessman, you were the head of this expeditionary team, people respected you, and you have all these life skills. You are now proficient
Oh shit! Cool.
in nature
Ooh.
and survival, and have advantage on survival checks at sea.
Let's see. Can I add that
That's
in here?
very
That's just some bonus
random.
shit.
Oh, you can customize each skill if you need to.
Okay, so 20 years. Did I level up?
You didn't do any monster fighting.
What the fuck?
Did I level up? Question though.
So do I maintain this age,
You
like my
show
body,
over.
everything?
You are now 20 years older.
We can
Can we take him to the church?
Guys,
I don't wanna
I
medicate
have to
what I
say
know.
that I don't do drugs anymore.
Is the show over?
Yeah,
Like
as
everyone's
this light comes
emptying
down,
out.
some small amber lights start lighting up. There's a couple red ones that seem to lead towards the exit, and you hear people kind of clap. And there's one guy who seems to be shit fucking house drunk, who like tries standing up and stumbles over, and you know he's bleeding as he kind of gets up from where the bleachers are at. Starts making his way out.
Do you guys want to hunt down that ringleader and kill him?
Not right now, but yes. Yes, I do.
Well, we have to.
Why?
Because I
We have
had
to
a
think
whole
rationally.
family over there.
We have to think rationally about this
I mean-
before we.
Rational doesn't factor here.
You volunteered.
Yeah.
Nobody volunteers for 20 years of their lives. Nobody.
I know this might be hard for you to remember.
No, you don't know.
'Cause
You
it's
have
been-
no fucking clue.
It's been like 10 minutes, but it's been 20 years.
20.
Yeah. I feel for you. There's a lot going on right now. We'll go back. We'll talk about this. All right. I think there's a lot that you probably don't remember. We're here for some reasons that I can't imagine 20 years of time going by. You remember. why we're here?
I don't give a shit about your reasons.
Yeah. Let's just talk this out before you go on a thing. I will
You
kill him.
could not even come close to comprehending what I've been through.
Don't know about that, but
I had a good life.
I mean,
How good?
could this not be a good laugh? I'm kind of just.
It was normal. I was accepted. I was part of a group.
Do you really? Wait,
Part
what?
of, you're part of our group.
1, 2.
I was part of a group that wanted me.
We want you.
I mean,
Do
I had a family. I had friends. I had everything that I've never had before. For 20 years.
what?
So if I can't do to create the destiny. This is just what the lion said.
It was different. It wasn't the same as this. This is.
You aren't there in your life yet. You know every place that you went, right? You said you
It
remember.
wasn't the same. Was it the same wind?
Yeah, that's Heathway.
It was Heathway?
Yep.
Was it the same time?
From what you know, I mean, no technologies were different in the beginning, but towards the end, you saw things like carriages that were self-propelled, they needed horses. You saw means of communication across continents. You saw one war that had ravaged the whole northeast side of the mega continent. City Gatling continued to grow. Goodfellow continued to grow. They eventually became partners in trade, and the whole rivalry, the whole, like, City Gatling was trying to make sure snuff out Goodfellow. They were brought up together, and both of them thrived for it. You saw lands to the west that are familiar to you from your childhood expand and grow and become these big, blossoming centers for culture and business and just this massive uprising of people in power and technologies. It was fascinating.
Is it possible there's another version of himself out there living this life? Other than that, if it's not, then it was a simulation or parallel world.
I think you got two options here, but
First one I see is suicide.
Nah, too messy.
I mean,
I'd prefer not to die, but I don't know
walk
how
up
I
to
can live
him
with
and
this.
slap him as hard as I can in the face.
Make an attack roll.
Wake the fuck up!
Just with my unarmed strike, I guess.
Unfortunately, it's probably better than your short sword at this point.
Not 20.
Go ahead and roll for damage. Don't forget, you get to all that.
Can she half it if she wants?
She can pull her punches if she really
7.
wants to, but I like, the 14 damage more.
Wait, hold on. I want to take my reaction
What?
and Entropic Ward.
Why?
Because you rolled
Tropic
a 20.
Ward?
Entropic
Oh.
Ward.
Entropic Ward, what does that do?
Entropic Ward
It's
imposes
11.
disadvantage on the attack roll.
11.
He took as a reaction to impose disadvantage on you. So go ahead and roll
So
again.
you have to roll again to hit.
Uh, 16.
What's your AC?
14.
Yeah.
Still hits.
But it's not a crit.
But it's not a crit.
now it's just 7 instead of 14.
4.
4.
Damn.
You smack him square across the face. It's enough to, make your jaw go
And I yell,
side.
Knock the fuck out of it!
Knock me the fuck out of it.
No.
No. And then I apologize. I was hoping it would help.
Your face stings, and there's just this moment of, heartbreak. But at least you're here. And you know what you know.
And there's fireworks.
And you've been where you've been. And maybe you can utilize that information for good.
Listen, you're part of the Mercs Market. Nope.
Mercs
Market.
Market?
Maze of Mercs. Mercs of Maze. And you're a part of Squad.
Is that the
take care of
name
each
that we decided on? That's terrible.
It's still up in the air. But you stay with us, and you don't go for death. You go for glory.
You have no idea.
I don't. But I don't want you to die.
I have been alive for much longer than your 20 years. I can tell you that life will go by. You will be fine.
Yeah, and I can tell you it'd be much easier if you killed yourself. We don't want you to do that, okay? So stay alive. be with us, you know, and you know, a little positive vibes.
Positivity. You're preaching positivity.
Yeah.
Can you
I
look
had
up the
a
suicide
happy
help
life.
number for me?
I'm just
It
saying.
was
Why
good.
can't you create that life?
Are you telling us that this is a shit life? I enjoy the hell out of this. Me and Guanapo have been together
Guanaco
for a couple
gently
of years.
grabs your hand and shows you the Volna cup and like tosses it and kind of puts it in your hand. And
You might be the only one I truly miss.
He makes
You
a
all
good
miss
buddy.
my rump? Her lovely lady rump?
Look,
Check it out.
I have changed. I'm different.
Thank you.
This is gonna take time for me to adapt.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forgot. You also have proficiency with seafaring vessels.
What?
Yeah,
That's
this-
interesting.
I need to
What the
take
hell
notes
did
on
you
this.
do?
Yeah. Don't worry.
We assumed,
recorded it.
We'll kill that guy. I promise you. Just give it some time.
Look, my question now, first
He
off.
asked for volunteers.
He did ask for volunteer.
He didn't do anything wrong. Why are we killing him?
I'm gonna ask if he can send me back.
I would rather you not.
But your body will be here.
Yeah, I don't think you realize what happened. You didn't actually live a life. I mean, you mentally lived a life, right? And you aged like you lived a life.
What more evidence do you need?
I'm telling you, I watched you in a bubble for about 5 fucking minutes.
And who are you to say what's reality?
You flip over your arm, and there is a burn
Oh shit.
across it. It's a very familiar burn. It was probably the second or third time you'd been out with your crew, and you'd saved a young man from falling off of a ship by grabbing onto his gangline, but in the process had caused the gangline to wrap around your arm, and it slipped. And as it slipped, it cut a deep groove across your arm, and that scar is present.
This scar is more real. I got it.
You know, I love it. Yeah, go for it.
You
This scar I
can't
just
explain
found out
this
about.
away.
I mean, you can.
So
No.
what, we're supposed to put you in the egg for the rest of your minutes?
You're either asking to go to
Yes.
another plane, right, and live your life on another plane outside of this one,
That is the only thing I can think that makes any sense of what happened to me.
It apparently wasn't on a different
or it
plane.
is such a magical power that you are just mentally and being mentally and physically altered via magic, and may not know.
I know that my reality.
Either way, the guy with that much power is pretty fucked up to be doing that to random fucking people. Obviously, for those people who want to know why he should die, if you look around, this is the reason this town is so freaking nice. Which I don't know why he should die because of that, but I do have quite the suspicions that they are behind the drug stuff that we're here for.
Or maybe someone saw drugs in their past life, reformed it, and made it here.
I think it's a combination.
In my future world, does that drug still exist?
You never
Have I heard
pursued
of
it. You lived a very squared away life.
But it didn't become popular enough for me to have heard of it.
No, not by any means. Your life was focused on lawful trade and good business deals, and you learned a lot. You really did. No drugs.
Okay.
Okay.
Look, I don't even know how to proceed right now.
Would you like me to do it?
Do what?
So I can get into the tube. I'm not worried about the 20 years. Do you want me to do it so that someone in the group feels like
Oh
you do?
gosh.
We're gonna be here tomorrow night. Oh.
If you want,
You
I would
choked on a
love
kernel.
to take a day to chat with some of these folk and see if I can at least get that voice.
No matter what your
Good
experience is, my experience is what my experience was, and that won't change. You might feel the same way I do, but that doesn't make me feel any better. That would just make me feel sorry for you that you went through it too.
Well, then this is just something that it sounds like you will have to either pursue or you will have to get over.
And be stuck in an egg.
Why
for the
kill
rest of your
yourself if you can remember every detail of what happened? Why would you kill yourself if you know that life is out there for you to create?
It was in the future. It was time travel.
Yeah,
But
but
it
he's
was
saying that
marvels
you
that
can
you-
possibly live it in real life if you create it.
As you guys
So
are
why kill
walking
yourself?
away, the Leonin comes up. My friend,
Oh, he's gonna
of
take
course.
it away.
You've experienced so much. And I'm sure you all have
Do
your...
you normally send
concerns.
someone away for 20 years?
It's different every time. Unfortunately, we have not perfected the amount of travel.
And you didn't think to warn me.
You volunteered.
Volunteer is one thing for a circus show.
You
But to
drink
take
an
20
unknown
years of
liquid.
my life, 20 years of my life is
I
worth that?
understand. Trust me. They called me a leper when I first began.
He has a lot.
They called me sick and diseased. But since I've created
Yeah,
this,
I'm just gonna
I
nest
created
on
a
the
cure in my life, in the future. And that's what I'm so interested in. How is your future going to impact the now? There is no leprosy where I come from because of the medicine I was able to bring back. And my friend, I tell you, this is a blessing. No matter how you feel in the now, give it some time, and I promise you, you'll see it. Any one of you could see it. I'll take you there now.
Can you take me back?
It's unknown. The future is different every time you go.
Great, you want
I've
to
been
be
twice.
doing it 20 years then?
I was married the first time.
You'll be 60 years old.
I was a
Yes.
general the
I
second.
can't lug you around.
Alright, I'm gonna go.
Shall
go.
you? Shall we? Together. And then we can be bonded as brothers from the future. Come. And he brings you back. He produces from his sleeve another one of the concoctions. Trust me, you want it for the journey.
What happens if you do not take the drink?
Can be incredibly dangerous. See, time travel, the way it works is it must pull you apart. And then place you in the future. And then allow you and your makeup to continue forward.
Are my friends in the room at this time? Are they watching me?
Assume
Alright,
We're
anyone that
watching
wanted
you.
to come
Yeah,
with.
I mean, I'm prepped
I'm
and
gonna
ready.
take the drink.
Konak, I would
You-
warn you, if you're happy in your current life, you should think twice.
Trust me. This is worth it.
It might have been worth it for you.
I will tell you
Your
that
experience is different from everyone else's.
Muntash, I will tell you
Some-
that the life that I'm pursuing now, there's only one way out. It's not this way, but who knows what this will do, so
I will tell you that I had a positive experience.
all I can tell you is that the path that I'm on now, the reasons that I track other else, there's no worse that can come from my life by going into the tomb. I promise.
As long as you're going in with full knowledge, that's the
It
thing
could
that I'm
be-
pissed off about.
Listen, my friend, I understand. And I'm sorry that I didn't tell you.
Nabuntash,
You should know.
do not worry.
It can be
I don't need.
the longest we've experienced is 40 years.
Not taking
This
that
is fine.
risk. Thank you.
I have years to spare in my life. I promise.
Then let's go.
This
Let us
guy
not dally any further.
needs to
Shall we?
Must be
Dang
nice
it,
to
it's
be
And he
21
brings you
year old.
in. He sits you in the chair. He puts the same dome cap on. The door closes. Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
I like to look at the equipment or like the
It whirs and it starts to brighten, and you see the same flashes of blue energy that kind of arc out in
Is
a.
there a plug?
There's no plug. It seems to just be some sort of physical thing. You watch these plasma.
No, there's a.
You guys are still standing. Like he's taking you back inside the
I
main
got
circus
a
tent.
6, so not
Okay.
even.
Go ahead and make a Constitution save for me.
22.
Okay. Your vision starts to rattle, and you get this, like, it's hard to focus, and so you just close your eyes, and you're trying to touch your face, but the barrier around you that you wear impedes you, and you feel it sting more than usual, and you try to shake it off, and eventually it becomes to the point that you have to take your goggles off. And you take your goggles off, and you open your eyes, and it's broad daylight. When you look around, oh God, I can't get it. You're in Goodfellow. You look at your hands, and they're uncovered. And you remember. 10 years ago, the mission was a success. And you were granted the thing you want the most. And being that
I understand.
you take on a new identity. And you take the things that you've learned about trade and about commerce and about deals, good and bad, and all the things that you've collected about this journey that you've been on. And Joanne offers you a job at the university, puts you in contact with the dean, asks you what your skills are.
Is Span married to Joanne?
He wants you to become the economy teacher, to teach about how to do good deals and good business, and how to present in a way that allows the most benefit from the receiving party. And you accept. You start teaching the holistic economy leadership principles and modular enterprise course at the University of Goodfellow. It's 20 long years
Oh my gosh.
of studiousness and dedication, and you find this rewarding nature of giving back to the community. And there are their down times. There's times when Goodfellow University has tough years and they don't know how they're going to make it. But no matter what, the consistent thing that happens is people always mention, you have your bad students, but there's always at least one that goes on to become some sort of political activist or
Oh.
some sort of successful business person. And you hear tell of a company, the Henderson Expeditionary? You're not sure. But it's the last thing you hear, this super successful business. One of your students happened to come through your course, and gosh, you can barely remember his name. Man, he was there. Didn't you know him from a life past? And you are sucked back. And you cough as the door whirs open, and you reach up, and you're wearing your gloves, your goggles, your mask, and you step out shakily as the Leonin hands you his hand. Friend,
Oh,
tell us,
my hand.
what did you learn?
Does he look thick?
And that's where we'll pick up next time. Woo woo! Thanks for sticking around this far. I heard we have some visitors from Iceland checking in today. Dope. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Some other people. Anyone. Really. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking it out this far. We really appreciate it. Like, follow, subscribe,
Yeah, wow.
whatever. I don't know how to do
Wow,
this
wow,
part.
wow.
I'm not good at the plugs. We'll see you guys next week, Tuesday, 6:30. Have fun, stay safe, and enjoy the rest of your week. See you guys later.